Alright, it is time. Welcome to the kimchicast for Worlds Play-Ins Winners Finals Day. Today, we will determine the first two teams to make the qualifying matches for the best of fives to head to the Swiss stage. And opening us up is Bracket A, which was a clean 4-0 for the winning teams as PSG Talon sweep Rainbow 7 en route to the final, as Loud sweep, I can remember, GAM in a shocking series. That was an absolute stomp, and I'm fixing my hair, and you see it. I'm Box Kimchi, your favorite non-binary caster, here to bring you the game between my favorite team and a team I've been really excited to watch. Loud have been an absolute joy, and they brought that joy to the first game of the World Championships as Rout in Game 1 against GAM picks up the pentakill, the first of the World Championships, the only of the World Championships so far. We've had a few triples, a good chunk of quadras, but Rout so far back in Korea for the first time since leaving the region to head to Brazil, and he picks up a pentakill in his first game back. These two teams are looking good, and these two teams now are in prime position. PSG in prime position to head to the group stage for the fourth straight year, making it in 2020, 21, 22, and 23. Actually, they didn't make it in 2021. In 2022, I believe. They didn't even make the World Championships that year. They did not. I'm sorry. It was Beyond Gaming last year, I think. And we head into the draft. Nocturne immediately banned away from Croc, and Loud learned from the previous teams, do not let Asian teams get their hands on Jace. Maple 6-0-7 in Game 2 against Rainbow 7 as he went on to secure player of the game and win the set for PSG Talon. Meanwhile, Poppy banned away, Maokai banned away, very standard jungle bans. Poppy's been banned every single game, I believe, and we haven't really seen anyone question it. I'm trying to just check stats really quick. Worlds 2022. Yep, okay, that was the year. They're trying to make it back to the group stage for the first time since 2021. Kaisa banned away after Rout secured the pentakill on it yesterday, and they are scared indeed. This would be the best chance. Loud just missed out on the group stage last year by 2 or so wins, I believe. I don't remember. Worlds 2022, Loud. Oops, let me just. They missed out on the game, on the qualifying match by 2 wins against DFM, and it was not looking good for them after that. Rumble banned away from Aja, who played insanely well against Rainbow 7 on it, and Waco is just going to get his hands on this Xayah again. It's just the pick of the tournament. What will we see Root on? We've only seen Root on Kaisa and Xayah, so it's going to be a new champion for the Loud bot laner. And Robo's going to get the big brown Croc. The champion that a lot of people are questioning why he has high prio. And the answer is he's really a safe blindable pick. He's not going to win or lose you the match, but he's a very good blind pick. And Junjia, is he going to get the Rel? We've seen Woody play the Rel a little bit, but Junjia has gotten his hands on Rel multiple times throughout PCS summer and has made it look unbeatable. Meanwhile, Seos actually getting the Rakan, but I was talking about the big brown Croc at that moment, so I wasn't really excited for it. And it will be Junjia getting the Rel, but they can flex it. Woody has played a little bit of the Rel, but it's usually gone into Junjia's hands, and what is this? Maple! Are you kidding me? No. Would they have 2? Would they take away 2 of the premier junglers and put them on the same team comp? Can it be? PSG Talon will be putting Woody on the Rel. It is time for Junjia. to play some J4, and that's really powerful. Not only do they get Rel, maybe the strongest champion on the patch right now in terms of raw power and in terms of just being able to win on their own, but they also get the other jungler that is the most contested in terms of teams don't want to face it and teams don't want to give it up. We've already seen Junjia on this Jarvan dominate Rainbow 7, and it was not very fun to play against. Meanwhile, Rout getting the Sivir now. Another kind of hyper carry. I'm not a big fan of Sivir. I've not been a big fan of Sivir for a long time, though. And I've said it before, and that's going to be Aja also losing his cannon to the Loud draft. Aja being an absolute menace to the Lee Sin, taken away from Croc right now. An immediate Jax ban. They don't want Aja to get his hands on that champion in the slightest. And this completely has been towards Aja. They have ignored Maple in this draft, and Croc will be the target man. Both mid laners not catching a single ban in that second wave. Loud really only worried about the Jace, it seems. A Rout going to lock in the Sejuani for Croc here. That is pretty much the only top tier jungle left for Croc to draft, with the Lee Sin banned away, and the Viego really being a flexible option at best, or being an alternative, but that was banned away anyways. PSG clearly show being more willing to give over the Sejuani and play against that instead of the Viego. That Croc does have a tendency to draft it. Maple's going to pick up the Nico here. And Aji, who will Aja get his hands? Actually, I need to look this up. I do need to look this up because I actually do not know. How is this pronounced? Please let me know how this is pronounced. I do not know how it's pronounced. I'm going to say Aja. And Nar taken for the PSG Talon top laner. And the final pick, what is Tinon's counter to this Nico going to be? Azir, Ori are both available right now. Ari is even available if you want to pick it. And the Talia going to be locked in here in the final pick of the draft. And I'm not sure how it's going to go. Tinons has shown proficiency on this Talia before, but Maple's a very good Nico, playing it back in 2018 when Nico came out and was very strong in the meta, and has played it recently while Nico's been very resurged in this meta. Again, this best of 3 does matter. With this best of 3, you instantly go to the qualification match against the lower seed. So this would be the winner of TBDS and DFM, and then the winner of one of the 4 teams. Whoever doesn't win later, we'll talk about this later, but it is up against the B2 seed, which is determined tomorrow, and that's going to be the technically easier matchup than facing off against the 1 seed again, and also having to play an extra BO3. Because again, losing this, you have to play another BO3 against the winner of GAM Rainbow 7, and you risk getting eliminated there. There will not be an elimination quite yet, but you don't want to be in the first elimination match. You want to be in the best of 5 elimination match. More room for error, and you're up against a team that there's no more past them if you can't beat them. You need to win. You want to win this game. You want the easier path. You want the less chances to be knocked out, most importantly, as we get into game here. And these 2 teams have looked good. Both of their matches were almost completely non-competitive Loud had a close game 1, but after game 2, they cruise to the 2-0 over GAM Esports. PSG Talon didn't even give Rainbow Seven a single chance. They rolled all the way here. And it's going to be good. Brazil, again, a very aggressive region. PSG, the PCS, not very aggressive comparatively. The PCS still does have the longest games in Pro League of Legends right now. They are really well known for games going very, very long and really taking their time to scale. We saw this with PSG at MSI, where they had the longest game time entering the tournament and took so long. Oh my goodness. It was the reason I do think the PCS failed on the international stage, is their games were so, especially why PSG failed at MSI 2023 and missed Worlds 2022. Their games were too long. They spent so much time doing actually nothing that they spent forever to scale. And again, nothing special here in the runes. Very normal stuff. Robo going to be a little bit late to lane, but it's not going to matter, as he's going to try and trade Aja here. But that bone plating is going to be able to get Robo, or get Aja, a really good trade win. Level 1 Gnar is not super strong. Level 1 Renekton's a little bit stronger, but not going to do anything more on no rage. It's just a bit of a lack of ability, obviously. And now I do want to see what Woody can do on this Rel. Rakan very strong, and now Seos immediately going to be able to jump in and get a nice chunk of damage, forcing the crash down. Robo's going to be able to hit level 2 here and get a nice trade onto Robo, since Aja was not level 2 and didn't have form yet. Both of these jungles also very aggressive. Once they hit level 3, they get that 3-4 camps in. They can go if they see an angle. Oh, a nice combo onto Maple there to take a good chunk of damage off him. Sorry. Ooh, okay, I'll watch that later. Now Croc coming in here. This could be a very good dive. Aja has some running to do. The Q, the flash W. Nice, but here comes Junjia. Oh, trade onto one. Robo's got to start running. Robo, no flash. Junjia not going to continue the chase down. He knows where Junjia is. A good response there, and that's so much burn. Both flashes out from Loud's top and jungle here. And Junji is going to be able to trade it back. Jarvan's going to be nice to get that first kill for both. Jarvan and Renekton, good targets for first kills here. And it's going to be a slight deficit still, just because of CS. In the top, or in the jungle. Croc did sacrifice his entire red side to go for that play, which did work out in the end. It was very well played. But Junjia knows, and he's going to play very aggressive here. And he's just going to maybe go for the Krugs here. No? Steals so much of the camps. Steals a lot of them, and that's just a ton of value lost by Croc. He's already behind in farm, and Junjia, who already has cleared most of his camps, but here comes the engage. Woody with the mount up stun, or well, fling. Junjia does have smite and will secure this. And that's going to be a double scuttle for the side of PSG. That's going to be a big deal. Because Croc, once again, can't get anything and has to fight Junjia level 1v1. And he can win it thanks to that early passive, or to his passive. A nice stun, crash down, root combo. Waco has Seo solo. The ignite coming out, but Junjia just in the back line. It's a Jarvan versus a Sejuani. He's able to do so much flash. Auto gets the kill. Looks for the kill onto Seos. A nice trade back onto Junjia, and Seos and Route do save this play. So close for Junjia. Seos had flash there, and it was just enough to survive Junjia's auto attacks. And oh my goodness, this is a bloodbath. Take back everything I said about the PCS being slow for now, at least. Because Junjia is spending so much time in the enemy jungle, he just doesn't care. I mean, PSG, Junjia. I mean, this was a very good aggressive play. Don't get me wrong. This is an incredible aggressive play by the side of Loud. Good Q, flash stun, but Junjia with a great response. Sees Robo and no flash, can fight him. And then this is just aggressive. Junjia is just so aggro, knowing Croc has basically is behind in level by so much. A good flash. Otherwise, Junjia would have got 2 kills for 1 there. Aja suspects something here. Doesn't have form, but here comes Woody with a nice stun. The Dominus out now. Aja turning around, trying to farm up the Rage right now. He's going to have it. The Gnar gets the Rakan. Robo's still running. Here comes Maple, though. Not Maple. Well, no, that's Maple. A nice flash pop blossom over the wall. Catches 2. The Airborne catches another. And it's a kill for Maple and a kill for Junjia. Are they going to catch? Oh, no. Robo will be able to escape. And Maple finishes the play. An incredible setup there on the side of PSG Talon to answer Loud's very, very kind of too obvious play, honestly. That was very well played. A good response. Route and Waco still farming down here. Not really able to do anything, move, or play the map. And Woody is getting a bit aggressive. Doesn't have Junjia nearby. And Croc spots out Woody. Route has the ability to chase down Waco here with Seos nearby, who has all his abilities pretty much. They don't know Woody's here. Junjia gets the ulti. The Cataclysm's going to catch out both members of the Loud bot lane and forces a flash out of Route, which is going to be a big deal. Robo's going to get a plating here, though. Aja doesn't care. Aja is just fighting again. Needs to farm up this Rage because Croc is in the top lane. They'll be able to spawn him out if he goes into the jungle. If he goes into blue side here. So, at least there's that. But they don't know he's on the Herald. They might actually because of Robo walking over Vision there. But they probably just hand this over unless Junjia thinks he has an angle. Junjia steals it, and here comes the play. Catches Robo with the EQ. A giant Gnar onto 3. Junjia's running. Tinones has to flash out. Croc, a nice flash to avoid the Pop Blossom, but Robo again is on the wrong side of the wall. Needs to start running. The slow from the Q comes in. Robo doesn't have the move speed, and Haji doesn't have the move speed, and Robo has the flash. Croc, what are you doing here? Croc trying to catch out any overextensions is going to be found out by Maple. And unbelievably cocky play by Junjia pays off. And maybe a silly play by Croc and company, but Junjia knows his champion and knows he can get in there and steal and wins the smite fight against Croc for the Rift Herald. He's now 3-1-1. He's 22 CS ahead of Croc here. I mean, Aja is very behind in CS. Doesn't have Flash or Gnar. He's just going to poke Robo down and go into Gnar into Mega. Look at this. Junjia walks up, just fearless, walks forward. And what's the smite at? Oh, Renekton's Q. The Cole the Meek. And then this play is great. Doesn't catch anybody, but the Cole the Meek brings it just below 600 before Croc was ready to smite. No communication, it seems, there on the side of Loud. And Junjia punishes an over-aggressive Robo. Tinones getting cataclysmed, has no flash, and Junjia has 4 kills now. He's been everywhere. He's got a kill in bot, got a kill in the enemy jungle, has a kill in top lane, and now he's got the kill in mid. It's a lane gank bingo. And he's just going to get the Herald down here. Setting this up for Maple, just wants this Herald dropped. It seems. I don't think he'll end up doing it. Actually, no, he has to. It's so close to expiring. He's not going to be able to drop this Herald. Jungle is a bit of a diff right now. 17 CS ahead with an 1,600 gold lead. It is a bit of a... Oh, that was the war charging up behind it, actually. We do not know the Herald timer. It won't tell us. But it's a massive lead for Junjia right now. Route has a slight lead in the bot lane because of a kill onto Junjia with a shutdown. Aja is pretty behind, honestly. And Maple is ahead here from that great play in the river that led to a flash pop blossom flash over the wall. I didn't even mention Seos and Woody because they are supports. It doesn't really matter if they're ahead. It's mostly going... And Junji getting on the map. I did say that this bot lane pretty much was going to be... Did they get ahead? It's going to be on Junji's back here. Trying to see if Talon's... And they're going to find Croc. No flash. Only Hex Flash available. But they won't be able to dive because Croc is here. Seos is also pretty close. Robo losing the trade out due to his own greed and a turret shot. They're going to try and stop this from crashing, maybe. Croc getting the combo. Forced to throw out the Glacial Prison. And that's not what you want to use Glacial Prison for. Seos caught out. The battle dance is not going to be able to save him. The quickness and Maple secures the kill with the blooming burst. A nice flag and drag into the crash down Root and Tangle Barbs. Root looking for any poke onto Junjia. Does just about as much damage if Junjia just didn't get hit by the second one. And Rout's just so zoned here. Has flash available, but it's just so zoned off. And it's going to be a blue buff steal for Junjia here. There's minimal chance Croc even contests this. Yeah, Croc just has to give this. A nice, aggressive game. I mentioned at the start again. PCS and especially PSG are famously slow in scale kind of players, and this has been anything but that. The Jarvan proves it. They're going in. Tinons with the dodge, but nice damage onto Tinons. He's just gonna have to back out and probably teleport in if he even does. Nice slows and nice combos. Nice CC layering pretty much by the side of PSG to stop Robo from chasing there. And Robo's so far away now. He TP'd here. Aji is going to be able to get something out of this. Get some push. Probably not much of the turret, to be honest. He really hasn't been on the turret this game. Waco and Route both have that Kraken Slayer down. Very tanky members on both sides of these teams. Woody, Aji, and Junjia. Very, very tanky. Croc, Robo, and Seos will be very hard to kill later on. And it's almost always a nice angle for Kraken Slayer in pro play. There's this rocket belt on the side of Maple with the level 2 ulti. And Robo's in no man's land. Dominus pops. Where's the Tangle Barbs? If they even have any. He's trying to chase. There's the Tangle Barbs down, but Junji is going real low. A nice Gore Trigger to keep himself healthy. And Robo's going to be able to mostly win that. And this is going to be a Herald for the side of Loud. There's no chance Junji is even here. Junji needs to back. And Maple has a clone dancing in the blue side jungle. Waco's going to try and get this turret down. Not going to end up happening. And Root going to stand his ground. Maple, oof, almost getting Talon's there. Aji, sieging this bot turret might be able to get something, actually. Will he get first turret here? Yeah, he will. He's got the damage with the Meganar. And bang! First turret down on the side of PSG Talon. That's a lot of extra gold. They spot out Woody. And Waco will also trade a turret here. And the forward, the Cataclysm route is going to have to flash here. The crash down forces the flash out. A nice quickness into the grand entrance. And Woody will go down. Loud trade something back on the double turret play. That's not awful. A bit too aggressive on the side of PSG, definitely. But Loud do get something in return still. They surrender about 500 gold in turrets, and Talon's does also see to this top turret. And Croc is going to try and come make it 2. Waco and Aji with Junjia are answering this bot, or this Drake, and that'll be the second Drake of the game. This tier 2 should go down, though, and they're going to even up this turret game. Aji not going to get the jump over the wall. That's a sad Gnar kind of moment. And no Gnar will be had. Woody, yeah, runs the opposite direction. And it's only about 1,700 in favor of PSG. Robo sees the angle. Dominus out. Seos is here to send help. Nowhere near Gnar form. What are you doing, Aji? And Robo's gonna get his second kill of the game. And Robo's really ahead now. Loud answering so well across the map. Using PSG's own aggression against them is very nice. It's a very smart move by this team. I mean, Loud know what aggressive League of Legends looks like. They've been playing it for 2.5. They've been playing it for the past 2 years now. PSG Talon are playing nice and aggressive, though. But maybe they don't know when to turn the aggression off. That kind of does seem to be the issue. They don't know when to turn off the aggression. And you see this. This is kind of where it starts. Aji just left Meganar, so he can't generate rage until, I believe it's 10 seconds after exiting Meganar. Do believe it's about 10 seconds after exiting Meganar. You can't generate any rage, so he wasn't even getting anything. Oh, they're going to catch out Seos, actually. Interesting. Yep, 15 seconds. And Glacial Prison out. Aji is really close to... He's already at half Meganar. He's trying to grind as fast as he can. And he's going to be transforming here. He's ready. Robo. Maybe looking to catch out Maple here. Nice stride breaker. The Pop Blossom's going to stall, though. And now it's Aji's here. No Mega, but Robo's about to drop Dominus. And here comes Junji as well to send in more backup to the backup. Waco's here too, and it's a party in the top lane. All 5 members of PSG Talon are there to shut down the Croc. Not Croc, the Croc. And that's only a Pop Blossom and a Teleport burn for that too. And here comes Maple on the other side of the map. No Pop Blossom available, but Route is not really in a position to fight him, but he's winning the 1v1 anyways. And here comes Croc to send in the backup. A nice Stasis is going to have to flash. A nice combo. Where's the Cataclysm, though? Does he even need it? Root's going to get the shut down. And Root's going to get shut down. That's only the clone there. And Waco's found his... Waco finds it with the pull through. And it's going to be 3 kills on that play and a turret for PSG Talon. They find the way. And they turned a small advantage in the top lane fight into a massive advantage in that mid lane fight. Maple, I have no clue how he lived through all of that. Waco was all the way in the back lines. Okay, let's see this. So Junjia finds Croc, and he's doing 0 damage because you're not going to kill Sejuani until after her passive gets burned all the way through. There's Maple. Route doesn't bite on the Q, holds all the way through to block the Tangle Barbs. And Waco flashes over the wall for Seos' flash, by the way. But Woody, this is what matters, stuns both members and gets the Magnet Storm to keep Croc from chasing Maple. That was just well played by PSG, knowing the spells. Good stasis. An incredible awareness by Woody to come in and save the day. And Waco now a real threat with those Navi quick plays. He's going to be getting so many pull-throughs, but so is Route. The flash crash down is going to hit nobody. Waco going to cleanse the Glacial Prison, and Woody's just gone too deep, and there's no one nearby to save him. And this is kind of where PSG struggle, and here comes Robo with the teleport in. They don't know Robo's here, and it's gonna be a massive kill onto Waco, a massive shutdown. 2-man Pop Blossom means nothing, as Aji needs to just run away. Robo's gonna be able to chase here though. And Loud punish the over-aggression from PSG Talon beautifully. And that's gonna be so much money swung over into the pockets of Route and Robo again. And that's just so well played here. Woody tries to find anyone, hits nobody, and then just gets punished. And then where PSG rotate to, they rotate into their jungle to try and get any control over the river. And Robo's right there to punish in an incredible, I mean, a good Pop Blossom here, but it's already too late. Waco's already dead. And Talon's is flying in with the ultimate, and they're going to trade 3 for a dragon and a dragon for nothing. Oof. And the coordination punishments. PSG can make good plays, but they need to really talk it through beforehand. They haven't found anything yet. Or they haven't really shown an incredible coordination with each other. They're not always quite in sync. Sometimes Woody wants to go and it's not super helpful, or it's a bad timing. And honestly, that's just how it is sometimes. It feels more like a solo queue game than anything else. Give me 2 seconds. I don't know what any of those mean. That's not that. Whoops. This is what I'm talking about. Now, Robo's going a bit low. Junjia and they were able to land a good chunk of damage. And Woody's going to be able to find it, and a 5-man Pop Blossom finds all of land, but it might not be even enough. The Cataclysm comes down, it leads a lot of damage. Junjia's going to go low, Waco's nowhere, Aji is all alone, and you can hit all the combos. Loud with the ace. A triple for Route, and Loud are killing it. What on earth? Aji's nowhere nearby. Tinon's with an incredible Weaver's Wall. Waco has no cleanse, so he's not able to get any damage. An incredible Pop Blossom, but no one's able to do any damage. Aji hasn't transformed yet. And there goes the Gnar, but it's too little, too late, and PSG Talon are in shambles. That's a Baron for Loud. That's so much value. And so well done by Loud there, and a 6-1 and 4 Sivir is so valuable. That was what I was suspicious of. Sivir really takes time to scale and needs a lot of time and protection to get online. But now that Route really is online, he's picked up like his 4th multi-kill. Robo's out of position, though. This could be really big. A nice Tangle Barbs. Robo does like this, though, but he doesn't have that much damage. A good Glacial Prison, but the Cataclysm is going to be enough to kill it. Aji's about to transform, though. This could actually be really huge. A nice Pop Blossom into the Gnar, and Route is down. The main carry of Loud is gone. Croc is all alone. Junji is running right next to him. It's the... You know where it is. And PSG Talon answer beautifully. And Loud. Robo caught out of position, and it's going to cost him both carries and a lot of gold. That is great for PSG Talon. That is exactly the play you want to make. I mean, Junjia able... Why did I say Tangle Barbs? Junji able to get this airborne there, and then they're just playing around this. A good Glacial Prison, but Robo's so low that this Cataclysm is able to catch him out despite the root coming through onto Junjia, or onto the stun. And then this, the combo, the Pop Blossom into the Gnar is enough to make sure Route never uses a spell shield, and he's caught in all the damage. And 4,500 damage from Aji, as he was the man that fight. And is the reason PSG Talon regained control and even out this gold deficit. Woo! This is a crazy game. Loud, known to be aggressive, and PSG are just up there with him. Robo has the Guardian Angel now. The LDR coming out from both ADCs. They're going to be shredding through these tankier members of both of their opponents. The top, and Maple's just standing next to Croc, saying hello. Junjia positioning aggressively. Level 16's not coming through just yet. Aji and Maple are just far away. Robo and Tinones have it, but Tinones is... His ulti is mostly for cooldown, is only for cooldown. And Robo is going to get a lot of value out of that. Dominus, though, a nice root to get a little bit of poke, but it's not going to mean anything. Junji has just found the corner. He's able to stand in a bit of a miscalculation by root there, and will not be able to force PSG to walk into them just yet. Maple's keeping vision control so well with these Nico clones, though. And Waco's going to try and regain mid control, as they can't Drake just yet. All the abilities are available. Aji is sitting real close to form, and PSG might have to pull the trigger here, as Aji's transforming and he's just jumping away. And Aja is in danger now. Gnar's away Robo, and they're going to get the Drake now, as Croc is pushed so far up. Maple going to find nobody, but the airborne still gets through the EQ, the Flag of Drag onto Route. A double Route! No! And the Cataclysm's out now. Junjia finds the kill. Robo in the backlines finds Waco. A nice flash to avoid the airborne from Tinones. Aja going to secure the kill. Another Flag of Drag onto Zeus, and Waco executes him. And it's 4 members down for Loud. Sorry, I really did mean to say a double airborne onto Route, and it didn't work. But that flag lasted long enough that Junjia was able to reuse it to double airborne Route that fight, and that's what's going to matter. And now PSG Talon have full control. They're not going to be able to end just yet. Loud will be back up. They're just going to take this inhib and steal some camps away. Baron's up in about a minute. They have Soul Point. They can use it to force they have the mid inhib. They can actually get both major objectives here if they want. A nice Gnar onto Robo, and it's delaying everything. Maple's really just going to bait out the spell shield with the airborne. And that's really good. They trade Maple for it. This is a good flash from Junjia. He's just flash from Junjia onto Seos' grand entrance. And this is just what allows him to get so much value. Is that spell shield burned by Maple? That allows the stun to land onto route, and then the first flag and drag. And then once he leaves stasis, the second one. And that's just such a meaningful ability to burn, because it's entirely what Sivir needs to function. And PSG Talon are once again in control. It's a 2,500 gold lead, but look at the gold. These ADCs are just having so much money put into them. 11 kills between the two of them, including probably 2 or 3 shutdowns. Or Croc, what was that? He might have missed. That was definitely a misinput. His camera misaligned, I believe. Or his mouse moved in the wrong direction. Yeah, you can see it on Croc's player cam. He is not happy with that Glacial Prison, and that's a long CD. That's a long CD that they're going to have to wait out here. And now the Hullbreaker finished for Aja, as he's going to try and get this pressure down. He's not going to be able to build up that rage to be able to stomp Robo from teleporting here, though. And that's what's going to matter a lot, as Robo will be teleporting in, but they're just going to get the Baron. They're just not going to care. Aja's here. And there's Seo's going super low. Aja's not going to be able to get anything here. His Hullbreaker value is gone. A nice stun with the minefield, really. Double flag and drag. Waco's going to go on a killing spree. A nice Gnar right onto route. And it's going to... Or onto Tinons. I thought that was route. I'm sorry. Oh, the Cataclysm's not going to trap them. But a nice Gnar onto Tinons might spell the end of game 1 for PSG Talon. Only 3 members left. They're 30 seconds down. Aja is teleporting in. Maple finds route. Route goes down as Waco goes on a rampage now. All this damage. Aja goes on his own rampage. It's just Seos all alone in the base. It's a Birdman running from an entire team of Bird Squad. And Loud get aced as they go down 1-0. PSG Talon are 1 win away from the qualifying match, and that was a very good game from both teams. PSG Talon had the early advantage, just answering better and using that to get aggressive on the map. But then Loud answered back. But it fell apart in the end, and PSG will take full advantage of that as they take care of Loud in game 1. Whew, what a game. Both teams had really good moments. PSG probably had the most bad moments by far. A lot of bad overextensions are mostly what I'm talking about. Woody got caught out a lot, especially on a champion that was so powerful. PSG also played the most around their mistakes and making the most out of them, as I mean, that extension by that teleport overextension by Maple, they turned that into 2 kills. And so they also did not let what was I saying? They didn't let Route. They jumped onto Route, canceled him out in the last few fights, and just didn't let him go wild. Because once Route gets to once Sivir gets to those 3 items, she is such a threat that you have to respond to, and they stopped it dead in its tracks. And that was well played. Aja is my player of the game, probably. Maybe Waco is also up there. Aja and Waco are very up there for player of the game. Junji was also up there for player of the game, but I'm going to give it to Aja. Really good. Most important engages, if you ask me, the most important engages, as he just was able to jump in there and get the engages that mattered, stall Robo out. Junji was pretty close, had a really strong early game that I think fell apart towards the end, but I'm going to give it to Aja. Anyways, I will see you for game 2 as PSG Talon trying to advance to the qualifying match as the Group A 1 seed. All right, we're back for game 2, and we're straight into the draft this time. Already seeing the Jason, the Maokai banned away again, the Nocturne, and the Poppy. These are 100% bans for this series so far. Jace, still scary. 2-0 at the World Championships. Both of them played by PCS teams, and both of them taking over the games they were involved in. The Jarvan banned away. Already a strong pick in Junjia with his second win on the champion this tournament, already making it look broken. Waco will not be getting the Xayah. PSG bended away, not wanting to give it over to Rout, who has made a good case for one of the best ADCs so far in this tournament. Popping off in all 3 of the games he's been in so far. Even in a loud loss, he showed up big time. Like, really, really showed up here. And now the Nico taken first. Tinons has played Nico. This year. So it is a familiar champion. Maple will not be getting a second run at it with the Chameleon. I don't remember the name of the Curious Chameleon. There it is. And they're just going to get Woody this rel again. It looks like it. As I would give it to Junjia, honestly. Woody did not look that great on the rail, had a few moments, but throughout the game had 2 massive engages that backfired of his own choice, absolutely whiffing some of them. But you still have the rel available on the board. You don't give that over, and Waco's going to get Kaisa. Rout's pentakill champion. I believe don't quote me on that. I'm not even going to say the best ADC. I do think Xayah is the better ADC, as it usually is when those two are meta. When one is meta, the other will just be meta because of the counter potential. But Kaisa has been in more games. Rout will get the Sivir again after having an insane 6-kill game on it in game 1. I mean, I was doubtful of it, but I was very doubtful of it, but Rout made it work and almost won his team the game single-handedly. Well, double-handedly, actually, with Robo's Renekton, which was also insanely good. And I wouldn't be opposed to rounding out this with a support or a jungle. I was going to say jungle first, but the support also makes sense. Sivir has a set amount of engages you want to put with her, and that is mostly Alistar Nautilus. So it makes more sense to lock that down, as there's only 2 jungle bans, and, well, 4 jungle bans, actually, but only 2 ultra meta jungle bans, and both of them are from the side of Loud, and Aja will be getting the cannon. He did run amok in game 1, I believe. I believe it was game 1. Game 1 of the Rainbow 7 series. And that's going to be their AP choice. They can really put Maple on whatever here. And by whatever, I mean one of the other AP choices. But mostly this is so they can secure either a tank jungle or support. Lee Sin banned away, not wanting to give it over to Croc. They want to get their mid laner in first for top lane counter pick. Very smart plays by the side of PSG. Does look like, yeah, I would say they're going for it. The Sylas banned away. Maple also very good at Sylas, and with that Pop Blossom and the ability to steal on the hunt, it would be very, very powerful to do it. What even is Sivir's passive? It's not on the hunt. It's the one where she's screaming. She's you know the one. Whenever she hits enemy champions, gains move speed. That's an interesting one. I'm not a massive fan of it. And the Sejuani banned away. They were, again, PSG Talon are going for the counter pick here. They are going for the top lane counter pick because they're going to blind their jungle or get a different support. I mean, it's going to either be a blind jungle as they put Woody on Rel, or it's going to be a counter support as they blind Rel jungle. Or do they do they grab the Cassante here and save it? No, it is going to be the blind jungle. They will counter top lane with probably a Cassante, to be honest, at this point. Cassante or Aatrox, one of the two. And I think it's going to be Cassante for Aja instead. But it will be the Viego for Junjia. I don't believe he's played it yet this tournament. Because the Viego has had questionable results. Croc, what the heck are you talking about? Croc, what? And I think it is going to be a Kha'Zix lock-in here. This is going to be a bold play. And is this going to be Olaf top? I mean, why not? Robo has played Olaf top, I believe. At least, I think he's only played 2 games of it this season. But still, this could be a very interesting lock-in. I don't know if I'm a fan of it, but I mean, do it if you want. I would... And it's going to be rock solid into the cannon. I would have went for Cassante. They have... I'm dumb. They have cannon. They're going to counterpick mid. Why did they do this? Why did they do this? Wait, hold on. What is this draft strategy from PSG? I guess it doesn't really matter. You already have your jungle. You already had your support and top lane. So I'm just dumb and can't see. I saw cannon and I was like, oh, it's mid lane. For reasons. I just kind of ignored the cannon lock-in. I was a fan of it still. And it's going to be the LeBlanc. Secured Maple. I don't believe it's played LeBlanc yet. We've seen a LeBlanc. It was Electrocute LeBlanc. It was the proper LeBlanc. It was played by Team Wales, I want to say. And it worked out is what mattered. What matters is it worked in the end. I want to say it was Wales. I want to say... I'm looking through the footage because I do want to say it was Team Wales that played it. I do think it was Team Wales that played it. But we are going to see a very interesting draft here. It was. Glory played LeBlanc yesterday. As Team Wales went on to win that Game 3. And qualify for the finals today. Later today. Against CTBC Flying Oyster will be playing later. And I'm excited for that. Because I do think these two teams have something unique. And I really don't want to see a potential PCS Civil War in there, because that would be kind of boring. I do think it would be very boring to see a PCS Civil War as we head into game. And with game 2 lining up to be very cool. Like, it's looking pretty good. But Loud on the brink of being sent to the lower bracket, and Waco abusing the level 1 advantage he has over Route. And Maple also going to be running the full AP LeBlanc as he should. This will be a solid angle for both teams, actually. The Kha'Zix is an interesting look. I don't think Kha'Zix got any looks in CB LOL. I really don't think Kha'Zix got any looks in CB LOL this season. If I go to champ stats, I will look through the summer split, and I don't think it's going to show me any Kha'Zix. But here comes PSG Talon. Croc with a nice cancel, but it's still not going to be enough. He goes low. The flash, the ignite ticks. Just not enough. And PSG are going to be able to successfully invade. Kha'Zix did get played, actually. Who played him? It was not any of these. It was Trick, Aegis, Desamus, and Flawless. All of them lost. So, not good. Kha'Zix is already not a... Or Kha'Zix already doesn't look like a super hot play here. Also, super well played by PSG to invade successfully against Croc. Nice stun by Junjia, and he's immediately going to go secure his red side. He's not even going to give a chance for Croc to answer this without having to cross map entirely, crossing his map and losing so much potential value. He might be able to answer this by going to Junjia's again. He might be able to. I don't think he will. Aja abusing this early matchup. Robo not in a good spot. This is why I remember someone, hey, same Reddit thread that was complaining about the Renekton. This is why you don't blind. Actually, it wasn't even a blind Malphite. It's just not a good Malphite pick. It's really not. Yep, and he's just going to clear out his entire blue side and give up because he has to and just back. This is the punishable part of playing against a Kha'Zix in Pro, is he's really weak if you just invade him early because he can't answer, especially with a level 1 Sivir and a level 1, there it is, level 1 Nico. That was the one. And Aja just getting full advantage here. Again, Robo not in a good matchup, but even if I don't think the matchup's good, and this is just going to be a dive. And it's going to just be easy first blood, yeah. Punishable Malphite plays. There's no need to even break it down, just over this game. Stacking the waves, Maple going to get spells out of Talons here. And look at this bot lane answering and covering this jungle for Junjia, who is shown on the top side. Woody going to stand in the blue side here. But Croc is still off vision. Can get away with some of this, but he will not be able to. He knows Junjia has reset and is coming for the blue side. Talons gets caught. Maple picks the right target, and Croc has nothing to jump onto. And well played again by Maple, as Junjia will expand this lead by clearing more camps. He already has a takedown. He's going to start clearing the camps again. Dropped cannon by Aja there, by the way. And two very abusable champions in lane have been abused. And Junji is going to double camp. Yes! The closest thing you can get to a double camp in modern League of Legends, because they removed it like a season ago. They removed it in preseason 13. This is the closest you can get. And Robo's not, again, Robo's really only here to die. He's only here to die in lane and ult later. Doesn't matter if you put this tank behind, because it is a tank lane, but there is an upper limit to how much a tank can throw before it's actually considered detrimental. And being down 13 CS and already being weak, as Aja is going to secure another good trade and force a second back out of well, not even a second back, force a first back out of Robo, because his first back was a death. Don't think Junji is going to make it in time. No, he will not. Will not make it in time. There's no teleport. This will be free platings onto the side of Aja now, as Junjia looks to steal away the blue side and finds nothing at all. Meanwhile, Talons not able to trade onto Maple. It's going to be free, and this is going to be a successful proxy on the side of Aja, who now has the slicing Maelstrom, and Robo just has to respect that. And Junjia here, who's just going to show to help extend this proxy. The plating will be dropped, though. Robo not going to get the predict, or Junjia not going to get the predict on the Spectral Maw. They will take the first dragon on the other side of the map, as Seos and Rout can get really aggressive here, knowing that Junjia is playing on the other side of the map with his top lane. And it will be a plating over, but not much denied, as they're going to be able to catch most of this wave. Croc is really, really low here if Maple wants to go for this. Oh, but Seho is going to defend the honor of his jungler. The chains will land, a nice crash, or a nice stun, and crash down away by Woody. It still will be the Ocean Drake taken away. Seos and Rout with that wave advantage, or well, I guess with Prio, using the fancy words instead of wave advantage, are able to just rotate faster and safer. The thing is, if Junjia can move to the bot side, he can really just start pressuring hard. Croc can't really answer him. Croc isn't as strong without ultimate or isolations. And in this moment, he got neither of those. Tin owns. A nice combo. Maple's going to be able to trade it back, and here comes Junjia. Knows which one is which. The Spectrum all coming down. He has the Heartbreaker if he needs it, but he doesn't even need it. The Sigil of Malice is enough to secure this kill, and Robo in a terrible spot. The stun lands, the Slicing Maelstrom. He's going to have to ulti away, and he's not going to be able to do that. Actually, he will. Oh, but here he doesn't even need Junjia with the Heartbreaker. Aja slays Robo for his second kill of the game. Tries to ulti over the wall. Heartbreaker probably would have just followed him. But Aja with the electrified shuriken kills off Robo again. And this is the punishment. This is the punishing of not even a blind, just a bad pick by Robo. I really never go that hard on picks unless they are that bad. And Croc and Robo have made two of the worst picks of this season. Not even of the World Championships. They're easily the worst picks of the World Championships, probably. Besides, if we're including bans in there, two teams not banning Darius. Actually, no, one team not banning Darius. But otherwise, yeah, these are the worst two picks of this tournament. These are the worst two picks probably of the season, I would say. Robo is playing for ultra late game, but hasn't been able to do anything to stop Aja from just getting free 300 gold stacks on him. And burns the ultimate there, too. Do you really need a technical breakdown of Kennen just being able to be a better pick against Malphite? You don't really need me to break this one down. It was a terrible pick. So was the Kha'Zix. What on earth is this Kha'Zix going to do? PSG are playing insanely well, but it's not like their advantages are all over the map. It's just on Aja and Junjia, which is very nice. Kai'Sa is getting there. Kai'Sa does scale faster than Sivir, or has an earlier spike than Sivir. But besides that, it's not going to matter much, because Loud need to accelerate them to that point. Maple is just hitting these. Maple, I know the clone isn't corporeal for the first, I believe, second of it existing, or now half second of it existing, but he's still getting these. Junjia's just coming down. Going to get spotted out here. And the play will be dead. Again, this 2,000 gold lead entirely focused on 2 roles, which is better than it usually being focused on 1 role, as we've seen with BDS, who only win when 1 role got really, or have had a role really ahead. But it doesn't matter. Aja doesn't know Croc is here and not Robo. I don't believe Aja knows that Croc is here and Robo's coming back now. Can they make a play here? Probably not. Aja drops a CS. But I don't think they make a play. They have the Slicing Maelstrom. Even with Croc jumping onto, but anything else, he's just wasting his time. And that's going to be a lot of gold onto Junjia. But just Croc is wasting his time here. Aja kind of knew something was up, so definitely didn't help. He did end up knowing someone was there. Maybe not Croc, but he knew somebody was there and just didn't go in. It's just really going poorly for Loud. They chose the worst time to draft an AD tank into a Kennen who's picked rotation 1. Malphite was your 5th pick. What, he not going to be able to blind? Didn't know he was there, simply. He's not going to land a blind Q into a bush. I would have went for it. But what on earth are they going to do? PSG don't really care. And Woody's going to get a nice combo. But Croc's just going to jump out of Waco, but he's just going to run away. There's going to be no teleport, and here comes the teleport from Aja now. A nice flash, but Tinons is only going to find the Pop Blossom onto Maple, and the Slicing Maelstrom finds 2. And it's going to be Aja on a killing spree. Croc is all alone with no one to hold nearby. He's going to find 4 members of PSG greeting him on the other side of that wall. And I still have to ask, what on earth is this Kha'Zix lock-in? Why did you lock in Kha'Zix here? What reason is there to lock in Kha'Zix? Seriously. I can look up Kha'Zix's games all season, and I can tell you, he probably has only won 2. And that's tough. Croc tanks the W, which allows Waco to ulti away. Junji is just able to run, and then Aja comes in, stuns 2 with his Slicing Maelstrom, and Seos just... Or, not Seos. Seos is dead already. Sorry, Seos. And on top of Maple, nice Tangle Barbs. This could be the first kill. Does not have Flash, but does have a second Deception. Just able to survive. That was a good play from Loud there, but it's just... That one just was kind of tough, actually. I will say that one was a bit tough. It was Distortion. I still haven't gotten the name right. That one was a little just rough, barely escaping, which I think is exactly what happened with Team Wales yesterday against the entirety of Team BDS. I still don't know how they did that. But that one was just a brutal play. Just not finding the kill always sucks. Just didn't have enough damage, just barely not enough CC. And LeBlanc is just a little too slippy to be able to be caught. And they're ahead in every position now. They have triple-digit leads in all 4 major positions, and they're about to have an 1,000 gold lead on probably 3 of them. They're going to add Maple to that list soon. And Waco is just absolutely taunting. He knows the situation that PSG are in. Ugh. I mean, this could be a Herald here, but I don't think Junji is going to give it over. Croc trying to taunt out Junji as well. But even with the isolation damage, you're going to find nothing. Robo doesn't know where Aja is. Don't think he's going to be able to catch a nice Q there. But Robo takes so much damage. Aja doesn't care that he doesn't kill anybody because he just is able to walk away and keep everything going in this bot push. And now he's just going to be able to free rotate over to mid and probably get this Herald. They do track him successfully with that ward. But it's just going to be a free Herald. Loud had full advantage of it, but it doesn't really matter. They were able to win it. They know Aja's still sitting there. Nice flash response from Robo, or from Aja, but what matters is Robo forces out Flash, and that's going to be huge. Kennan's going to have to work a little harder to get the Slicing Maelstrom into the entirety of Loud if he wants to go. But that's a Rift Herald down now. Junjia not going to be able to get anything. Pop Blossom used fully defensively, forcing out the Heartbreaker too. And now Maple's going to just clear out this top wave and recall. Tinons has to answer this wave as well. And once again, Rout is trying his hardest to stay in this game, but his team hasn't given him any help. Croc on the Kha'Zix has not been able to punish. Robo really hasn't done anything with this Malphite pick. And, I mean, his ultimate's been used twice. One of them, he died before he even reached his final destination. And the other one was him ulting onto Aja and forcing a flash out. One half of your ultimates being even completed isn't a good thing. And they're just going to jump right onto Robo. They're going to try and get rid of his ultimate. The flash. Oh, he doesn't have it still. It's so close, and that's going to be a good flash force now from Robo. I don't think it's going to do too much for Robo, or to really punish them. Like, Robo still will have the ultimate coming in. In a few moments, he will have that ulti up. But the Flash is nice still nonetheless. He doesn't have the ability to run as much. What is the win con here besides Route? Because obviously Route was the late game insurance, always. I mean, when you draft a Sivir, you are pretty much saying, all right, ADC, you're not going to die for 20 minutes, and then you're going to show up at a team fight, and oh, that's not going to be good. I believe this will be Herald down. Where's the smite? There it is! The eye gets popped at the last possible moment, and a nice... I mean, they're going to try and get something out of it, and that's going to be huge. They're going to get something, and that's what matters. Getting anything this game is going to be huge, because that was such a small victory that Loud needed to get. Something has to happen to turn this game around, I swear. I'm not saying it will. I'm saying something has to happen so Loud can get back in this. They're down 6,000, almost 7,000 gold already. We're only 18 minutes in. Kennen is 3-0-2 and is almost 40 CS up on his lane opponent. I mean, if you ask me, I'm just saying, if you ask me, this is just a draft diff on the side of PSG Talon. Loud diffed themselves in this draft, and Junjia will just go into the mist there to avoid being comboed by Seos. Croc, there's nothing Croc can do. He's a level down. He's, I would say, about 1,000+ gold down currently. What is his game plan? Besides try to bait Aja out. Like, he hasn't been able to find any plays, and that is kind of what you're supposed to do. Maple doesn't know. Maple finds them. Aja doesn't even need flash, just walks away with the... What even is that called? The lightning rush. There it is. I play Kennen. I still don't know these ability names. I only know Slicing Maelstrom. It's a pretty cool name for an ability. Anyways. Just knows it's coming, gets the Banshee's Veil. He is not going to be dying to this Malphite anytime soon. He's also going to be able to just stand in there that much longer now. What is the win con? Because Route can't even be ahead because they kind of turbo accelerated his lane opponent. Talon is going to go down. Do they need the Maelstrom? Flash is out, and the Maelstrom will just clear out the wave at this point. Croc trying to find Waco, but Waco's still too tanky for him. Good block by Route there. Croc will get the evolve. Level 11. He will evolve here. What did he evolve? I don't know what the models look like. Maple's going to jump onto Robo here. And just half healths him immediately. The Jock Show's finished. Junjia going to get punched away from the turret here. And he's still going to finish off the turret. Route not able to clear out that way fast enough, and there was nothing really to deter him from just getting it. Aja will turn back to finish this camp. Spotted out, but he is now at 8,000 gold, which is pretty good. Croc getting vision on the Baron doesn't really mean much. They're now down 8,000 gold, by the way, which is an entire Aja worth of gold. Aja himself is physically the gold diff, but not literally the gold diff. His entire value is the gold diff, but his diff over his opponent is probably, I would say, about a third of it. Robo, once again, in danger. The chains will not land, though. Maple finally misses a point-blank chains. Or finally misses a close-range chains, even. Waco and Route are both just farming still. But again, those 2 extra kills, this actually could be really bad. Junjia in no man's land. Woody will be able to bodyguard. They kind of know they can't burst him down with just a few rotations alone. Croc ulted for that. Croc has ulted, and that's not good because Croc needs that. He's not going to find anyone isolated. And now PSG are looking on the hunt. They have Aja nearby with the flash ult available. And Loud look terrible. This game one was so close. They had a very competitive game one, and now Loud are not even close to in this game. I do still think it's just a draft diff. And Croc instantly taken down. And here comes the jump in, the killer instinct. Maple's gonna be the first kill for Loud here. But Robo is just gonna get stunned up twice. Waco goes on a killing spree, and it's 9-1. It's 9,000 gold. And PSG Talon are gonna get a Baron at 23 minutes. Whew. Teleport to the bot lane from Tinones. He's just going to try and get any value. And you look at this. Aja. Immediately. Rocket Belt. Maelstrom onto his main target. Maple gets a bit overzealous. The Tangle Barbs do find him, and Route will survive. And then this TP is just way, way too close to everybody. Woody's able to stun him. Junji is able to stun him. And he can't even ulti. He can't even dream of ultiing away from that play. And now it's 10,000 gold. The Baron adding that extra push that PSG needed to make this an official double-digit 1,000 to make this a 5-digit gold lead. Oof. And I have no clue what happened to Loud in between games 1 and 2, but this team has lost its swagger, its confidence, its everything. Croc is going to try and find something, and he's just going to jump away with his ultimate. That is how bad things are going. He's just stuck in the middle of nowhere. Tino's almost getting blown up by Maple. The minion. The secret agent minion. And that's going to be a teardown. Secret agent minion Nico trying to recall almost gets caught out immediately. And I'm still questioning where this draft came up. What were they cooking? They were cooking too much. Too much cook from Loud. And to even draft a champion that didn't win a single game in your own region is a bit of a confusing plan, to say the least. Malphite, I can see the angle of just sacrifice lane, but he got dumpstered. They gave him the Teemo treatment. They really did give Robo the Teemo treatment. Stack 3 waves on him, push him in, and here comes Seos on just running. He might just have to flash this. A nice W, but here comes Waco now with the killer instinct. So much damage, but the ultimate is going to be able to keep him alive. And dodges the Void Seeker at the end. So survival all around for Seos. Route needs to get online, but there's only so online Route can get for all this time. It's going to be a bot turret. Their first of the game taken down now by Robo. And Route kind of just left alone to try and fend for himself now. He is the sole carry on this team. Tinones is going to find 3 with the ultimate. They're going to get Woody down, so maybe this is their angle. Waco's super low and no killer instincts, but Maple's just going to trade Tinones right back. The double deception, double distortion over the wall, chains, sigil, and Tinones despawns. And they trade it right back onto Loud's team. This is well played, though. Tinones, Secret Agent Nico. Secret Agent Minion. Good cleanse by Waco to stay alive. Woody gets the smackdown. Seos will get the second kill for Loud. Distortion, Flash, Distortion, Sigil, and Maple has picked up his second kill of the game. But look at that damage. That is what Loud are capable of if they get a fight going. They have the Pop Blossom. They have a Sivir that is 2 items now and is able to try and go crazy. But just Route's not really in a position to go crazy. His team doesn't have anything to let him get in there and start long fights. They have a Kha'Zix, and that isn't really synonymous with long fights. Talon has ultimate and has the playmaking ability and skill to do it. Seos going to get stunned up here and uses... I don't think he used ulti there. No, doesn't have it. Junji is just fighting Robo and is forced to ulti over the wall. This is the angle. Waco gonna get ulted down. Killer Instinct over the wall. They have no vision on him. Junji is in there. The slicing maelstrom into 4. It's 1, 2, 3 for the side of PSG. Maple's looking to extend the ultimate out of Seos now with the Radiant Virtue. He's going to have to take so much damage. Junji is going to get the kill over the wall. Heartbreaker. And a double kill for Waco. Well, not even a double kill. A single kill for Waco means the ace for PSG. And this series is over. It's over. I am confident it's over. Not quite yet. They won't be able to end. The respawns are just a bit too short for PSG to be able to end here with pretty much no ultimates available to them. But this should be a good reset angle with no questions asked. Good ulti onto Waco. They don't have that extra bit of CC though. And then the flash ult. Aja is going crazy. Woody finds a kill somehow. Waco, it is a double kill. The game didn't give Waco credit for the double kill there. Junjia is going to find Seos. This good jump over the wall. And Tinons doesn't even get to channel a Pop Blossom. It is looking grim. Loud are about to be sent to the lower bracket. Unless they find the unbelievable hero play. Look at those damage charts. 40,000, almost probably, I would say. Almost 40,000 damage between the 3 carries. And that's half of Seos' health on a single chains proc. Aja has ulti, and the Killer Instinct is in the back line. Waco is dominating as he finds the kill onto the onto Croc. Not even Killer Croc. The Magnet Storm's not going to find anybody, forcing the flash out of Tinons. And I think PSG are going to back and end. Is this just going to be the end, or are they going to go for Baron here? And they're Baron angle. Waco and Junjia will be Baroning. Aja is going to, I believe, look for the dragon here with Woody. And Maple's just going to reset. Nope, Maple's going to reset. Woody will be resetting. Yep, Aja's just going to try and get as much as he can before backing. Why am I tired? I don't know. This is where it all starts, by the way. Woody cancels the Hex Slash of Seos. And PSG are going to curb stomp. This ulti just finds Croc, no problem. Stasis on the Malphite ulti. That's got to be the third, perfect answer to a Malphite ulti. No questions. That has to be perfect. The third or fourth perfect cancel to a Malphite ult. Aja's flash. Aja just walking away from it. The stasis. He's only hit 1 ultimate. Aja murdering 1. I guess that technically counts, but that's not really even dodging away. That minion's going to survive, and it's also the reason it procs 3 times. Teleport in now, and this can be the end. They have the Baron. They have the Cloud Soul. Anytime they Baron, it's going to be running face first. Maple finds Croc. Execution. Doesn't even give him a chance. Maple is so strong now. Tanks a turret shot. Doesn't care. Waco's just going to try and get this bot pushed in as the rest of his team look to end. Somehow it's only a 700 Baron power play. I don't actually know how. They just killed somebody. Maple, the force on the flash, and now the turret's down, so they're going to be able to open up this fight. Woody with the crash down onto Seos. Seos doesn't have anything to survive. Waco goes godlike as he kills off the cow. Nice combo onto Tinons. Junjia able to position so far forward. Maple gets killed by Route. What the heck? Junjia's not going to get the stun here. This could be the chance to turn it around. A nice Magnet Storm crash down traps 3. And here comes the Slicing Maelstrom. And it's going to be 1 extra kill. Aja just running away from Robo. Waco has so much damage though. Croc into the base, finds another Routes 1 auto. It's a quadra kill for Waco as PSG Talon take the series and are going to the qualifying match. Oh my goodness. They saw game 1, noticed that it was kind of close, and slammed the door shut in game 2. Yes, was it a draft diff? But yes. Was it a draft diff? Yes, but was it unbelievably well played by PSG Talon? Abso-goddamn-lutely. As we have another near pentakill for Kaisa. I want to say that's the third quadra kill for that champion alone of the tournament. Easily the best play of the game. And Waco, the difference maker in this one. Aja again, though, going absolutely off. As PSG Talon become the first team to lock in a qualifying seed today. Or to become the first team to lock in a qualifying seed this time, or in the tournament. Oops, cancel that. You saw nothing. You didn't see anything. But as PSG advance, Loud will fall to losers to the lower bracket finals, where they await the winner of Rainbow 7 and GAM Esports. Now, we'll be back, and when we do come back, it will be CFO, the second seed of the PCS, versus VCS's second seed, Team Wales, for Group B's 1 seed. All right, and welcome back to the kimchicast for the World Championships for League of Legends 2023. As we have our second and last set of the day, a best of 3 between 2 different 2 seeds. PCS second seed, VCS second seed. We weren't expecting to see one of these 2 teams here. CFO were pretty convinced, had fans pretty convinced they were going to take the set against LJL's Detonation Focus Me. But people were convinced, but most fans were convinced that Team Wales were going to get the boot from EMEA's Team BDS, but they upset with a comeback from, after losing game 1, comeback to win 2 straight games and make it look convincing in game 3, as they now sit 2 games away from the qualifying match. And are we going to see an insta-lock Lee Sin for Gemini? I do believe so. Yeah. No, it will be the insta-lock Sejuani. Instead, a very strong jungle that everyone's well acquainted with and everyone's very tired of. We see a lot of bans. Rest not going to be able to play the Kennen here, which is pretty common, especially we've seen from PCS players, as Sparta going to get the champion that he actually lost game 1 on. He did not win Renekton games at all against TBDS. He lost big time against Darius. And a lot of good bans here. Getting rid of Bean J's Viego, which I believe he won on twice to end the series. Meanwhile, Zaya and Kaisa, 2 very strong ADCs, banned away. Glory will get his first Ahri of the tournament, though. LeBlanc banned away. Glory winning on that. Are we going to see our first Lissandra of the tournament? This champ did get some bumps to the root duration on the W, but no, it's not enough to overcome the counter pick that is Ahri, who just outranges her, I believe. And it will be 2 different mid lane hovers. I don't trust any of it. And it will actually be the lock-in for Rest. Gnar secured against the Renekton. This is going to be a good top lane to watch. Now, are they just going to take the mid lane counter here and let Team Wales and just see what the ban phase brings when it comes to ADCs? They will. They will answer with a champ we've seen only a little bit of compared to how much we usually see her. The Orianna for Jimian. Now, I don't know if Jimian's played the Orianna quite yet at this tournament. I do know that. Shut up, you. Sorry, I'm going to my past broadcast. We did see, obviously, the Jace available. Jimian did not get his hands on the Jace. And Jimian just played 2 games of Jace. So, no, this will be the first non-Jace mid laner we've seen. And Bean J will get the Lee Sin, which we were taunted with by Gemini. And now it's ban phase. It's bot lane bans. All the bot lane bans you could think of. It is time to ban them all. This is also Glory's first Ahri of the tournament. Playing 2 games of Sin. Yeah, 2 games of Syndra and a game of LeBlanc. Draven banned away. Shun showing his mastery after game 1? Game 1 against DFM, where he just went absolutely off and became the hyper carry that everyone loves, Draven becoming. And Nautilus banned away a very popular bot partner for all the ADCs in rotation currently. With the ADCs available, Blitzcrank Xiao C, the Xiao Crank banned away after he bullied DFM on it in game 2, in round 1. And Rakan banned away. 3 supports, 1 ADC. This leaves the Ezreal up for Artemis. I believe Artemis has only played Kai'Sa. Artemis played Kai'Sa, Xayah, obviously. Kai'Sa, and not Kai'Sa. And the last game was a Xayah. And it will be BA getting the Alistar in the last game. What? In the last game? BA getting Alistar. That should have been the sentence. That's a sentence that exists. I have no clue why that sentence sounded so bad. I think BA's mostly just played Nautilus, so that's why they banned it away. And now Xiaoxi will be getting his hands on the Rel. I say that a lot. I know, shush. Yeah, BA's pretty much only played Nautilus. Pretty much. I think he's only played Nautilus. Yeah, BA hasn't played anything that isn't Nautilus this tournament. And are we going to see our first Kalista? A lot of people were theorizing whether Kalista would be popping back into popularity here at the World Championships with the recent changes to the itemization. And it will. The crit changes are official. And we will have a Kalista, our first of the tournament. We saw Kalista ban, I believe, and a Kalista hover. And it didn't come through because they already locked in Xayah. And I don't think they were looking at Halo Blade's Kalista mid or top. What? Oh. Artemis. And it will be Aphelios. Artemis's first Aphelios of the tournament. With Xayah and Kai'Sa banned, I believe for the first time simultaneously, we will be seeing a completely new bot lane matchup. We did see 1 game of Aphelios. Can't remember when, but we have seen 1 game of Aphel. I'm pretty sure it was a win. We've not seen Kalista this tournament. But for Rel, her win rate rests in Xiaoxi's hands. For Sparta, Renekton's win rate lands in his hands, as both of these champions are considered pretty strong and cannot win a game for their lives at all. It's been pretty brutal, but we'll see if these champions can turn it around. I do believe Rel's win rate is not going to move. I believe Rel's just going to be banned out once we get a few more extremely skilled teams getting their hands on it. I do not see a reason for teams to leave the Rel available when extremely talented players will soon be getting their hands on it. Just in general, my vent cord is not working. I mean, what? I will fix that later. Don't really have a reason to fix it right now. Anyways, nothing about vent cord. You heard nothing. But we are getting into game, as this will be the last maximum 3, minimum 2 games of today. as we have 2 more days of series before we get to the Ultimate Series. And I'm excited for all of this. I really am. I think the Flying Oyster can do really well. The only issue is for CFO to do this, they need to 2-0-2-1, one of the two, Team Wales right now, because their key to making it to the play-in or to the Swiss stage is avoiding PSG Talon. If they touch PSG Talon, it's probably going to be a loss. A close loss, probably in 4 or 5 games, but it's going to be a loss. And with the World Championships and your reputation as a shockingly good team, a surprise team that was pretty impressive for being fully new in League of Legends and making Worlds in your first year and having a decent showing for a first-year team. Like, for CFO, their reputation as that team needs to survive. And especially against a region that, if you are a PCS fan, you probably don't like. You probably don't like VCS very much. You don't like the Vietnamese region. And this is going to be a jump onto BA. And that's going to be good damage from Shun. No pull. It's not going to have the rend yet, but still decent damage. Or not going to have the Q, sorry, to get that extra bit of damage in. But CFO do have a very, very, very solid bot lane combo available. I'm honestly kind of scared for Team Wolves. Why do I keep saying Team Wolves? Team Wales. Because this combo can be very dangerous. You pair that with a Sejuani, Gnar, and Orianna, and they can be looking at a very, very different and terrifying beast. Gemini not going to drop a ward, and there it is. Going to keep pushing Gemini away, and he's just going very aggressive. Artemis going very low here. Those spears and Rend doing so much. Not going to get it. Gemini sweeps it away and is able to smite it down. And it's going to be a good invade on the side of CFO. BJ off vision. Glory not going to go for the charm. And Jimian just kind of losing that matchup for now. Just how it's going to be. BJ is going back onto Gemini, and Gemini's just going to let it happen. Kind of knows BJ wants to get that blue side steal because he lost his. And Gemini definitely knows BJ's here. It's just going to be secured. I honestly wasn't expecting anything. Gemini didn't have smite. The only chance he has of getting that is fighting BJ, and that's not a great idea when you're Sejuani, and he is Lee Sin. Now, Xiaoxi kind of in a standoff with BA, because if Xiaoxi goes in, BA just jumps onto Shun. And that's not going to be a good time for both parties, because then Artemis is going to try and ignore Xiaoxi as best as he can. And the Gnar behind in CS, the nice bit. Oh, if he wants to pull the trigger on that root, would have been nice. BA's going to get jumped on. Xiaoxi forcing the flash out, the ignite out of CFO's support, though. BJ not going to be able to get anything. This is a bit of an aggressive position for BJ if he wanted to go there. Good choice to not. Sparta's going to get a nice combo. Rest, maybe? Maybe thinking about it? No, doesn't have Gnar, doesn't want to fight it. Jimian going to get a nice, get electrocuted in that trade. And a nice combo from Glory to get a solid chunk of damage out on a teleportless. Teleportless. That just sounds like a bad sentence. Artemis, the jump on to BA instead, knowing he has no flash. And Shun's going to get first blood. A great combo by Gemini, Shun, and Xiaoxi. Running at Artemis, BA positions like he's not going to be jumped on, and a great transfer of target priority by Xiaoxi, noticing BA out of position, no flash in sight. Just very, very well played there. PJ should be able to get this Drake, though. He is Lee Sin. Is Rest going to go for a play here? Sparta does have the ability to jump away, but it's still very, very strong for Rest if he can get this ultimate. Gemini's here. He has BA right nearby. Oof. I think I would have tanked it. I would have tried to go for it. I had the balls for that. But obviously, Gemini playing smart and not using his very low elo knowledge, and instead trying to actually be good at video games, decides to not fight the Lee Sin Alistar in a Drake pit for the first dragon of the game, which isn't even 4 soul. BA walks forward, preparing to jump, preparing to knock Xiaoxi away. And that's so well played by Xiaoxi there. Knows that BA is going to position to punch him or Gemini away as fast as possible, or punch Xiaoxi into the turret for Artemis to get first blood, and just punishes him for that. Whew. Man, that play is insane. Such good quality plays on the side of the Flying Oyster. No, I'm still not over it. As a support player, I love it. They don't know where BJ is. This could be dangerous on the side of the Flying Oyster, but a good reaction there to use the, not mount up, I don't know what it's called. Going to spot out BJ recalling, but can't really do much to cancel it. Full tilt. That's a good name for an ability. I also do think it's a funny name for an ability. Xiaoxi trying to get his passive procced on the auto attack, and it's not going to happen. Rest behind 18 CS currently, make it slightly less, but still good advantage for Sparta, as you would expect from a lane bully. Neither of them have recalled because top lane doesn't really matter. Both of them sitting on a soul or on a shield. It's going to be the boots and the dagger. Boots with the knives, I guess, is the saying. You know the saying. Don't know where Gemini is. Pet going to grief Gemini as hard as possible. And teleport out from one. Sparta going to walk it back with the Iron Spike whip. Ooh, and the Ruby Crystal. Beautiful. This is just going to be Team Wales getting this Rift Herald. I don't see an angle. Actually, wait, BJ's going to get jumped on here, and they're going to steal the Rift Herald successfully, too, with the eye. They hit the eye. Xiaoxi's way too deep, though. A nice pull to save Xiaoxi's life, and Herald gets stolen with a good eye from Gemini and Rest. The smite is great. Beautifully played there. Jimmy and Xiaoxi zone perfectly to keep all of Team Wales away from the Lee Sin. Oops, that I don't know what that does. Anyways, perfect. Fate's Call, good name for an ability, and the worst pet in the game. Thanks, Leaguepedia, or thanks for the League Wiki for reminding me the worst pet in the game. The Sentinel exists. Sparta gonna try and get something out of this, but a nice trade by Rest. There goes the Call of the not Call of the Meek. Slice and Dice. Call, I think it's just called Call of the Meek. We're just gonna keep saying it over and over again. If we keep saying it, it's good. Shut up, Crunchyroll. I don't use Crunchyroll. I just have it pinned still. Ruthless Predator. That's a tough name. And now Rest is gonna be able to trade back here, though. Even though he's down in CS still, he will be able to trade it back. Scuttle secured by BJ in the bottom river. They know exactly where BJ is. Gemini's going to go for his Krugs and then look to play to open this bot lane up with the Rift Herald. You see the pings coming down. This is going to be a good... This should be a good play on the side of CFO. Sparta going to, again, try and trade. Gets boinked away with the hop, as should probably be happening. pretty even in mid, gap in top, gap in bot, gap in the jungle slightly, but the objectives have been have been traded 1 for 1. And by trade, I mean stolen. So it's going to be a slight lead over to CFO, as you see with that 800 gold. Advantage as Sparta's going to jump on with the dominance. I don't know if he should chase all the way there. A bit too far, too aggressive. Rest, if he gets the ulti available, should be able to get it, but will not have any wave to hit. And it's actually going to be a Herald mid. Lee Sin, the jump gets canceled. And Jimmy, and with the shockwave, make sure BJ doesn't flash away, but Glory's going to get the charm and the deceptive orb. Orb of deception. Orb of something. It's a kill onto BJ. There we go. And this is going to be another dragon onto the side. Or this is going to be a 1-to-1 dragon now. And the better jungle's winning. Glory needs to hit the combo. He's going to hit a ton of damage, but doesn't even throw the charm out. That's how much damage he was doing. Doesn't throw the charm out. Doesn't need that extra bit of damage. Gemini has ulti available. He's just going to walk towards Gemini, or towards Glory, where he wants to go. Shall see good fate's call to save BA from the Moonlight Vigil. Jeez. He just knows every 2 so minutes he could just walk up as far as he wants and not die. And it must feel really nice to have that. They know where Gemini is. The kick not really going to land, but the follow-up. And Glory's gonna shut up Gemini. Gonna kill Gemini. The kick does kick Gemini right into BA's combo, so it's perfectly timed. Glory read the place really well, and BJ sets it up, and it's going to be a kill. Traded back in a slight gold lead for Team Wales. I mean, it's not going to mean much, but a lot of value. This kill was tough. That's tough. You see where the Herald gets dropped. You got to know that, and a good shockwave to make sure no flash comes through. But this knows where Glory is, knows Glory is coming as well, and just has to pass right into B&J. Glory does it perfectly. The Ren, this perfect shield by Lee Sin. B&J literally saves Artemis's life and saves us from being an even bigger deficit and a massive miss on wave. Sparta in a bit of a dangerous situation. Rest has ultimate available with Rage maxed out and will not be able to use it though. Level 11 for Glory. Jimmy's still working on it. Has the item finished as we do start to come on to our first mythics. Or, well, first items. Not all of them are mythics. As you see, the bot laners are not going for mythics. Likely a Kraken and I want to say Shield Bow for the Kalista. But it could also be Bork, and it will be Bork. Xiaoxi sitting mid, running around the map. Herald's up in 40 seconds right now. So that may be the angle that they want to go with. As Glory rotates to the bot side, you see the lane swap coming through to get this pressure on to the mid lane for Herald takes. Xiaoxi just going to interrupt Artemis's early recall, but I don't think it's going to be enough to stop him. Jimmy doesn't have a wave, so just has to respect Glory's position with the charm and ultimate. You see the lane economy. Charm coming out. Glory can get a really solid trade, and that's going to be almost Jimmy's, or half of Jimmy's health bar. Gemini's going to be spotted, so Glory knows to back up and give Gemini the space to push forward. BJ's going to get this Herald, knowing Gemini's all the way in bot lane, but the rest of Team Wales and CFO, top and bot laners, are going to be rotating over. BJ's going to go off of this Herald to try and find rest. Xiaoxi's going to find the combo onto BA. And the great Glacial Prison there onto Artemis. The Fate's Call is going to hit him. Shun's going to get the kill onto the counterpart and make it a double kill for Shun. The Magnet Storm traps BA in no man's land. BJ is going to get it. No insect coming through. Doesn't have the Dragon's Rage available. Can't get the insect. Sparta teleports away. Doesn't teleport away. Glory teleports in. And Sparta knows he could play really aggressive with Xiaoxi there. The stun combo from both Gemini and Xiaoxi lock down Sparta. And CFO find another kill onto Sparta, onto the Renren, onto the Spooky Croc. And this is a great Glacial Prison right here. Gemini, perfect target selection. Good Fates call. That's going to hurt. And then BA just trapped Jimmy's right there. There is no running for the Moo Cow. Sparta gets stunned by the Q, gets stunned by Xiaoxi's crash down. But it will be first turret for Gloria. So a little bit of gold traded back. It's just 600 gold deficit for Team Wales right now. But the gold deficit isn't what matters. What matters is that there's a Kalista with Bork that is 3-0-1 and is going for a Rage Blade. And that's what is most important compared to Artemis, who is a level down in bot lane, only has Kraken Slayer. And this is just going to be second dragon for CFO. And so now we will find out what soul we have. We will find the advantage CFO will be having by only needing to get 2 Drakes instead of 3. Glory? Or not Drake. Sorry, we know what soul it is. It's Cloud Soul. And it's going to be 3 clouds. Hold on. It's going to be the 3rd dragon of the game, the 2nd Drake for CFO. Why was that so difficult for me to think of? This is going to be BA doing it again. Or not BA doing it, but this was the special sauce that Loud got away with. Just booty Jimmy and gonna go for the combo though. Gonna get charmed. Everfrost gets the slow successfully. Glory is nowhere near contestable. Has another charge of ultimate, and Xiaoxi was nowhere to be seen. Glory, massive chunks for that ultimate, though. And that's going to be what he does. He's just going to keep getting these trades onto Jimmy over and over and just force him to back or force him to play very passively compared to what he normally has to. Because Orianna can't control this wave as well as she can if there is this Ahri that's constantly putting pressure to combo and murder her. Xiaoxi not going to back there, actually. No, will end up backing there. And this will be Glory just shoving out the bot lane and backing with the rest of Team Wales. Going to be a good reset. Is this going to be the Finish Horizon focus? If so, that is going to be a lot of damage, and it will be the Finish Horizon focus. That combo just got a lot scarier for all parties involved. The Bramblefest coming in. This will be not a Thornmail rush for Gemini, or Thornmail second. This will be a Sunfire second for Gemini. Thornmail will come afterwards. But we have 2 items, and I believe that while Kalista is the most valuable target to get ahead, Glory is the most accelerated player in this game, just with a pure 40 CS diff on Jimmian. CFO still have a chance, though. This is a very winnable game for CFO. I don't see the angle for Team Wales quite yet. It's going to have to be a pick from Glory because I don't see Artemis getting anything just... Not yet, at least. 1 item, Kraken Slayer, is not going to be able to shred as much. He needs to really get his 3rd item for me to consider it unstoppable. BA going to be able to get this. Xiaoxi just a bit out of position. No Kalista nearby. Is it going to be enough? And it will be. The Fates call 3 times. How does Xiaoxi keep doing this? 3 beautiful Fates calls from Shun to keep his support deathless in this game. Oh my goodness. Xiaoxi just knew the timers, knew how close... Oops. And knew how close Shun was and just said, I'm going in. I'm just going to recall here. Pull me out if I need. And he gets away with it again. It will be now an 1,000 gold lead over to the side of CFO. Completely unrelated to any of the plays that just happened. It's just the fluctuation of farm throughout the game happened. I will say that Ahri is doing a lot of heavy lifting to close this gold gap, as Rest has taken the past 10 or so minutes to catch up to Sparta in terms of value, in terms of gold. And Kallista's ahead by a lot in bot lane, so Ahri's putting in the heavy lifting as Sparta's gold lead has disappeared. It is non-existent. They have even CS and probably have killed a similar amount of each type of minion. I'm not even going to bother doing the math on it. The only gold lead is this like 30-ish gold lead. Or 30-ish CS lead on the mid laner. Artemis is not spotted, but they do spot out most of CFO's red side shenanigans. Nice dodges. They're not going to catch anyone. They're actually going to catch out BJ, who has to W away. The Vigil's going to hit 2, and that's going to be a lot of value onto Artemis, but he's not going to be able to use it. You saw the angle. Doesn't execute, and they waste 2 ultimates there. They burn Glacial Prison and Magnet Storm, but they get... I don't even know what Alistar's ultimate is. Triumphant Roar. It's not. That's his passive. And Moonlight Vigil, which is most important because that's really what's going to allow this. It's Unbreakable Will. Okay, it's what really is going to allow Artemis to take over a fight, and Glory's looking for the kill on Jimmy, and he can get the solo here with the ultimate. I don't think Glory is really in a position. No smite available. Gemini will just be able to take this away from the side of Team Wales. And this is just going to be a Dragon Call. Just a Dragon Call immediately. B&J's nowhere to be found. They have full control of bot and mid currently. And they just invaded. So Gemini is just going to say, we're going here. And it's going to be sole point in 22 minutes for the Flying Oyster. They're not even close to even. That's what's crazy to me is that like this mid lane has done nothing. Gloria, I mean, yes, Gloria's been doing great in lane and has been trying to get a lead and has done some really good trading, but hasn't been able to do much with it, which I think is kind of my issue I've had with Team Wales before. It's definitely an issue I've mentioned about, it was DFM, but with this Ahri, you get Ahri ahead, but you don't do anything with it because it's really hard to do anything with Ahri into a Kalista, Rel, and Sejuani. It's kind of tough. Xiaoxi, don't face check this. Yeah. Xiaoxi just gonna crash down over the wall because death is not preferable. I think the angle here is just going to be wait for a fight around Baron for CFO. They have a good team fight setup with Xiaoxi, Jimmy, and Gemini. And then Shun just needs to do ADC things. They're looking for a pick here, though. They have the vision, and Gemini's just going to walk forward now. They don't know Glory's over the wall. And that might be the angle Glory goes for. The charm is going to miss, though. This can be the chance for CFO to just get full advantage of mid lane. Full control of mid lane will go over to the side of the Flying Oysters. It's weird to call them the Oysters. It's just the Flying Oyster. Drake isn't up for 3 minutes, and it's going to be a crash down Magnet Storm. The Glacial Prison on top of it. BJ's going to have to run. The cleanse from Shun isn't going to actually cleanse anything because it was an airborne. Here comes Rest with no passive. BJ, the insect's not going to kick anyone over the wall, but Artemis is going to start going wild. Glory running forward, going to find Xiaoxi. Rest almost Nard. Oh, the Nard bar almost full. He's looking for anything. But Shun is down, Xiaoxi is down, and CFO get overeager, pull the trigger, and Team Wales are fully prepared for it, and they're going to siege this mid lane. I think it will be. Is this going to be a Baron call? I wouldn't imagine it. Nope, it's going to be a tier 1 and reset. And if you look at this, Xiaoxi only finds one person, Artemis, forced to Gale Force away, but they don't get Artemis, and that's what's most important here. A good Fate's Call to keep Xiaoxi alive. Xiaoxi Fate's Calls a good Insect onto Shun to kill off the ADC. And by the time Rest transforms, no one's nearby or able to get any value. And Team Wales win a fight. 2 for 1, win a fight. Look at the damage dealt. This is what you can do with a Fed Ari. This is what I've been saying teams need to do. Rest, not going to be able to get anything with that transform. Gemini was hunting for an airborne on BJ, though. It's not going to end up happening. Rest going to steal away these camps with Gemini. Xiaoxi positioning forward. They don't have... Everyone has ultis up. No one has flashes, it seems. Everyone has ultis, though. They're going to need a CC, a lot of Artemis, to be able to get his cleanse and combo him down. And combo him. Good stretch. Also, I love that the cleanse image is oranges. Glory's not going to find anyone. He's going to get ulted on, comboed. CC, Shun's going to get the shutdown with the Rend. BA is running, but that just means he's a giant target for Shun to get move speed and put a ton of spears in for a double kill. And they're going to keep walking forward. Sparta with the Dominus is going to get the kill onto Xiaoxi, but a massive Gnar shockwave combo finds the remaining 3 members of Team Wales. And it's an ace for the Flying Oyster at 26 minutes as they are going to Baron. 5-4-1. Xiaoxi gives his life for the cause with the crash down. But Rest and Jimmy follow it up beautifully with a Gnar into a shockwave for so much damage. And that is what I was talking about with this CFO combo, or with this CFO draft. And Xiaoxi's going to get Baron by respawning just in time. But that is the insane value if they can organize it all right. That's the Bloodthirster now for Kalista, as Shun is sitting at 6-1-2. Glory goes for a flank here. Hits no one and immediately gets blown up. Glacial Prison with the spear, with the lance, with the crash down, and Magnet Storm cannot move. And as BA's just getting finished off by Shun, you see the rest, the Dominus is going to kill them, but a beautiful shockwave. The Gnar forces the cleanse out, and the shockwave finishes him off. Perfect from CFO, and there is the fight that CFO were looking for the first time they went in. After a bit of, not even miscommunication, just mistiming and thinking they had more advantage than they did, CFO are able to find the fight just a few minutes later. And this time, it's for the Baron. It's for the Soul as well. That will allow Xiaoxi to run at his targets a bit harder. And maybe Rest to run a bit harder at his targets. But otherwise, not the most valuable Soul. Cloud Soul is just considered really bad often. It's widely considered one of the worst Souls in the game. I mean, it's always good to have Soul. The Glacial just misses everybody. Sparta and Rest force a field goal. It might come down to this fight for this game so far, actually. CFO are in such a powerful position, they might be able to just run in and end, but Rest is going out of Mega, and this could be the end of game, we will see game 1 continue. Just a little bit longer. This Baron is still on for another minute, so CFO want to get as much push as they can. They already have 2,000 extra gold, so that means about 600 or so. And as they near 2,500, that will mean 1,000 gold generated from outside of the actual Baron gold itself. And Rest is comboing so well. The Vigil's gonna find everyone, but the Magnet Storm finds 4. Artemis gets out. Glory's picked up 1 kill onto Jimmy, though, but Shun's gonna trade it right back. BJ gets the kick onto Shun, and that's gonna be the massive shot, but the Gnar finds 3. And it's going to be 2 trades. Sparta looking for the chase here, going to get the Ruthless Predator onto Rest, who gets rooted off. But Gemini's able to shield so well. BA's going to go down as Rest goes onto a rampage. Sparta's so low and stomp. The hop is more of a stomp, and Rest with the auto attacks finds the triple, and CFO will take game 1 in incredible fashion. And they will also, like their rivals over on Bracket A, will be 1 win away from the qualifying matches. Oh my goodness. What a fight. CFO, 2 incredible fights back to back. And they will take game 1 take game 1 by a lot of kills, and a 1-0 series is their reward. Team Wales played really well for a good chunk of that game, but CFO just looked unbeatable after one really bad fight, actually. That fight was pretty bad. But all Wales could trade for that with the death timers and the choice. Like, the Baron probably wasn't going to do anything for them at that point just because they weren't able to do much of anything there. I mean, really, it does make sense that they took the tier 1 over the Baron, because what's the value of a Baron if you have a single top turret down and no push in the mid lane? But that's just kind of the situation they were in. Ahri wasn't able to really siege much. They did play pretty well around the lead that Glory gave them in the mid lane. But the lead that evaporated in top lane eventually got punished by CFO, and the bot lane, Shun got so ahead so early that they were able to just punish easily. And by that point, Shun was able to dance around. Xiao Si got to go in like 4 extra times and not die because he could. And by the time Team Wales really got their heads on straight, CFO were pretty powered up and were able to win back-to-back team fights and end the game. So as we enter potentially the final game of the day, CFO up 1-0 over Team Wales in the Bracket B winners final. And we're back for potentially the last game of winners finals. As you see here, CFO with the 1-0 lead over Team Wales as we are about to enter draft. For Team Wales, honestly, if I really wanted to redraft this, not even redraft this, if I was Team Wales and we're going back to the drawing board, I'm thinking take this blue side right now. I mean, really, take blue side. There's no reason not to take blue side right now. And try and get the Xayah. I think the Xayah is going to be what they want. Try to get Xayah, try to get Kai'Sa. Just coax out one of the two very strong ADCs. Because they were on red side last game, they had to give over the... They accepted the Kai'Sa ban and had to hand over the Xayah. Or were forced to ban away Xayah. Just because you can't really have one or the other. And it's honestly... It's really just going to come down to whichever one CFO don't ban. If CFO don't ban Xayah, take the Xayah. If CFO ban Kai'Sa, just let them ban away the Kai'Sa. Because they can't ban away both ADCs without getting rid, without leaving up another one of the very powerful mid-jungle picks on the map. And the two strong junglers banned away. The tanky junglers are gone for the most part. Poppy is available, but Poppy really hasn't been played. I don't know why people keep banning Poppy. I know why, but it hasn't really been a very visible reason for most people. Or not for most people, like, most are really confused because Poppy hasn't even been contested when she isn't banned. And with Kai'Sa and Xayah available, you can honestly take your run to the litter. They're both so strong that it's really up to what your ADC is better at. I don't see a reason they leave up any of the ADCs, honestly. Why do I keep saying honestly? I hate saying honestly because it sounds awful, and yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. With this meta, you just got to take the ADC, and the Kai'Sa available in Shun, not looking towards it at first. Okay. I'm not a massive fan of this. Shun going through all the ADCs, pretty much all of them, including the 3 he's won on so far. I do, yeah, and there's the Kai'Sa pick. I honestly doesn't, damn it, I'm saying honestly again, but it really didn't matter which one Team Wales took because CFO were just going to take the other one. But you just needed to grab one of the strong ADCs right off the bat because that's such a good core to build your team around. Just, you need a really strong presence to build that team around. And they're going to get the Rakan, which is going to be a nice team fighting core that they should look into and try to take advantage of here. Rakan and Xayah synergize very well together, obviously by design. But now it's on the rest of the coaching staff and the players to communicate champions that are going to build this core pretty well. And Cassante is going to be that weak side champion you want, is going to be that late game tank you want, and that value is going to be high. And is it going to be? I would take it. I don't see a reason not to. You're up 1-0. You see the opportunity to take it. The support's already taken. You won against a Rakan with it in game 2. And is CFO going to give it to us? They will. The Shao Crank reigns supreme. Gonna see a lot of jungle bans now on the side of CFO, trying to get rid of any opportunity for BJ to get a comfort champion, or, well, not even a comfort champion. There's plenty of champs in rotation right now that he can pick, but they just want to get rid of the strongest ones, that, or what we would consider the strongest of his picks. Orianna banned away. Jimmy had a very good game of Orianna in the end, despite the counter pick. And Vi taken away, another of the strong, like, 4 or 5 jungles that we keep seeing at the World Championships. Lee Sin being one of them. Sorry, I have dinner with me as well. But Jimin's going to get the Ahri instead. You see the Syndra, Orianna banned away. 2 very strong mid laners. I mean, Jimmy just won on Orianna, and Syndra is considered one of the best on the patch currently because of her hyperscaling and just really good positioning into most of the current meta mid laners. But Ahri, again, a champion a lot of people have been asking questions about, and it's been kind of split. Ahri has gotten ahead. DFM and Team Wales, Detonation Focus Me and Team Wales, Arya and Jimian, or not Jimian, Arya and Glory have gotten ahead on these champions, but haven't been able to do anything with it. And whoa! Speaking of, we got Glory on Nico duty this game. That was an interesting hover, actually. I wouldn't be super opposed to it, but there just is a better pick available currently. And BeanJ's looking right at it, and BeanJ will be taking that Jarvan, and Rest will be going onto his opponent's champion. Gnar, again, really good into Cassante. I don't see... That's an interesting one. The Gwen is a counter, very common and very popular counter. Pretty much the only reason Gwen's in pro play right now is to get rid of Cassante because of how annoying Cassante is. But we will be, and there's no but, and it's and we will be seeing it here on Rest. You got the 1-0 lead already. Why not take a shot at it? Okay. That was just I'm assuming that was just an error on the side of production not moving the champions. I would have been very concerned if Artemis was top laning here, because that's just not a thing that really happens. Shun, a very good Kai'Sa player. Gemini, showing why the Lee was picked. And Gemini looks to be another looks to add to the reasons teams need to start banning out Lee Sin. Jimmy and Maple have already given teams reasons to ban out the Jace, which I am super happy about because I love watching Eastern Jace. I just think it's one of the best champs in the game. You give an Eastern player Jace, it's over. There's no chance. But you can't move them. You move them to NA, they become a griefer. They become NA Jace. You put a Chinese, a PCS, a Korean on Jace, the game's over. You can't beat that. It's impossible. We haven't seen the Vietnamese Jace, though. I'm not a big fan of the I honestly haven't seen the Vietnamese Jace. I was going to say I'm not a huge fan of it, but that's unfair to the Vietnamese fans, or the players, because I haven't seen Vietnamese Jace, and it doesn't seem like we will be seeing Vietnamese Jace as Wales refuse to pick it, and Gam will probably pick it later. Again, the stakes are high. Team Wales want to win this set to prove a point. CFO, the Flying Oyster, want to win this game to not only prove a point and continue to be this impressive team on the international stage, but they want to do it to avoid their rival. I mean, also, it would be pretty nice to run through your rival in this game, in the playoff, or in the play-ins to knock them out of contention, but I don't think it's worth risking that. It's not worth risking the entire series, to risk your entire world championships to potentially grief one specific team that you dislike because they have been competing with you for the past 2 years for best team in the region. It's not worth it. Really not worth it. Now, the last time Xiaoxi picked Blitzcrank in Game 2, the series ended. DFM didn't have a single answer to the Xiaocrank, and it was brutal for DFM. And he's looking to do the same to Team Wales by putting them in the shallow grave early. Hit plenty of the early hooks to show off, and eventually just started styling, hex flashing into completely blind hooks for nobody that was there. He just wanted to show off at the end. Now, Rest going to get juggled here into the Grasp proc, but he doesn't really care. Doesn't have a reason to care. BA and Xiaoxi are unintentionally and unknowingly staring each other down here. They know Xiaoxi's in the brush, the minion. Going for the hook onto Artemis. Tau, the minion he'll find a fistful of minions. He's using that very unfair skin, though. Nice dodge. BA is going to be traded back. The thing with the Blitzcrank is it doesn't really matter what you do as someone who's had to play against Blitzcrank a ton and hates it every time. You're laning against Blitzcrank. It doesn't matter how far you put him behind sometimes. What matters is how hard can you push him under turret and how hard is he going to hook you. Oh, and BA is going to get found out. A ton of damage actually forcing the flash, the heal out of BA. And that's the value of the Xiaocrank. As BA just has to back here. Doesn't have a choice. Artemis has to push up alone with this wave and really can't. This is where Rest wants this to be as he's trading hard onto Sparta. And Gwen able to do that true damage. That's exactly where you want to be. Sparta almost unknowingly putting himself into his own grave. Rest trading pretty hard. And that shield, that dash is barely going to keep him alive, or keep Sparta alive for the time being. Jimmian going to get the Tangle Barbs, but the turret shot is the trade back with the Q. Does sunk. He thought he was going to be able to throw the Q there. Gemini is here. Sparta doesn't know Gemini is here. Now he definitely does. Sparta dancing around the Sonic wave. Nice moves. BJ is looking to answer this. It got one scuttle. Gemini's in no man's land, and BJ's a menace right now. BJ is in a very strong position, and Gemini's just going to go for a ward hop over the wall. This will be a double scuttle for BJ. Xiaoxi, I'm assuming, hooked BA under turret. Actually, did not hook BA under turret. BA jumped onto Xiaoxi, because otherwise, we would have saw it proc a bit earlier. Gemini's back. He doesn't know this. Whew. Both top laners flash away. Gemini reganks, doesn't work out. He's hiding. B&J wants this. B&J wants these. There's no Krugs. B&J wants the Krugs, but there's no Krugs. They're going to have to try and dive this with Gemini here. Rest with the dodge and the first blood to B&J. The EQ is enough with the flash to run. Gemini can't safeguard fast enough. And it will be first blood over to Team Wales, and that gives them an 1,000 gold lead on this jungle top lane. And bot lane. Shun is so behind in CS. Oh my goodness. Just kind of the punishment of playing early game Kai'Sa into Xayah. You're up against a very long range ADC. Nom nom nom. I bacon. But this value from Team Wales is huge. Good flash there from Rest, but Gemini can't really do anything. Gemini's kind of waiting a bit too long. Doesn't even get to safeguard. He's playing way, way, way too far from Rest for that to be considered a safe play. Oh my goodness. They saw it. They saw that their plan failed at first and decided that the answer to this play is more. And that's hilarious. Did they make it into the brush yet? Oh no, but they push him all the way away. The hook onto BJ. They're going to try and turn this. It's going to be a 1-for-1 so far. BJ traded away. Here comes Jimmy in though. Jimmy over the wall. The charm is going to land in Shao Crank with a double kill. The menace himself, the Shao Crank, picking up 2 right there. Value. Shao C, absolute goat. Picks up 2 kills. Don't think he meant to pick up either of them, but he ended up picking both. He gets his Mobies. Steals it away. Shao C, the goat, stares down B&J and steals his Scuttle Crab. The legend of Shao Crank grows, and he's going to contest this. Are you kidding me, B&J? Are you kidding me, Shao? What is it? Shao C positioning very aggressively. There's no one here. It's just him. His Kai'Sa's farming under the turrets. Kai'Sa's farming under turret. Gemini's on his wolves. Shao C's literally standing there alone with nobody to help him. Trying to get Artemis here. Oh, the hook's not going to land. Artemis finds his wave, hides in it perfectly to not get blitzed off the face of the earth. Shao C is 100% kill participation and it has 100% kill rate. And that's going to be the moment of truth for this CFO team, I guess. I don't know. I'm honestly hyped that Shao C has both kills, but it's not a good thing. It's not good that he has both kills, but I love it anyways. B&J's also going to Herald, so this is going to be a very effective early game. There we go, that's the words. Very effective early game on the side of Team Wales. Glory's going to get his first plating. Rest, nice dodges. Sparta trading hard. And he's going to get an ult all the way across the map. The Cataclysm. And Sparta finally gets his kill. And B&J and Sparta have been all over this Gwen. And Gemini is nowhere to be found again. They need to find an answer on a different side, anywhere else on the map. Shao C, stealth god Shao C, the hook onto BA, the charm, and that's half of BA's health bar gone. Stealth god on this Blitzcrank. Shao C, the people's champion. In Rest, you see Rest positioning. Sparta pushes him into the wall and then actually pushes him into the wall. This is the long ago play. I don't know why they're showing this instead of the other solo, which actually does look pretty similar. And there's Blitzcrank punching Sparta to death. This is the play. You see Sparta getting Rest in position. And yeah, just Rest positioning way too close to the wall, and it's another fight. He does have the needlework, but I don't think he has anything to fight Sparta here. He's so behind at this point, comparatively, even with that leeching Leer. Yeah, BJ's just up here again. Like, Rest needs to be safe. I'm sorry, I'm hungry. Oh, and the E, Q, Rest, nowhere to run. Has flash available, will flash away. And so much damage lands onto BJ. Shao Crank, longest rotation in the world. Oh no. The Crank doesn't get it. Backs off. I'm sorry. In Rest, just isn't able to really do anything here. He's just so behind now. They're really, really putting the hurt on the CFO top laner now. Shun getting dove on. Cleanse out now. Artemis. And PJ's coming down. This is going to be first turret over to the side of Team Wales. Xiaoxi is leaving. Xiaoxi hooking the Herald. No way. They're not going to get it. It's going to be smited away. And an incredible play by Xiaoxi to keep first turret alive. Legend. Xiaoxi the GOAT. See? That's why Xiaoxi is everyone's favorite player. He is. Ignore. Wait, there's nothing happening. I could do this really quick because I do need to do something. There we go. I just need to do that really quick. Sorry. But I need to move stuff. Please tell me it opens on the correct page. It does. Now, Rest is a whole level down. Sparta's... I don't think Sparta's super close to the next level. Going to dodge the Q3, but he's going back through the wall. Rest is getting chased down, though. Kind of too close and is able to get away, but so much damage for Sparta. The Q3. Is he going to get it? He's going to chase under the turret. Needs the W, the Qs. Dodges the Q. Clears off most of the wave as well. The hook not going to land onto Artemis, and that's going to suck as its second Drake also over to Team Wales. Sparta just tanking everything. It's going to be an angle. Hold on, I'm doing stuff. Sorry. Doing some stuff really quick. Okay, we're back pretty much. We're back. Cool. Anyways, what was I doing? No plates for CFO. That's also true. Xiaoxi didn't get the hook. BJ on top of Xiaoxi here. Does Xiaoxi have an answer? No. Cataclysm wasted. Flash forced out of the Blitzcrank. And now it's going to just be Team Wales going the other direction. And they have full control. 3,000 gold ahead. They are so ahead everywhere besides support because Xiaoxi has a double kill. Absolute legend, of course. But 1,000 ahead in bot lane. almost 1,000 ahead in top and jungle. Rest is pretty much useless right now. Gemini hasn't been able to get on the map. Sparta's very turbo fed, right? Or very, not turbo. I can't think of the word. Is he just going to go here again? I think he's going for it. Cassante is such a menace in top lane right now. He's such a menace in pro play. Look at the damage. He doesn't take any damage. He does a ton. Went for the Gwen. Took a bit of a gamble on it. Didn't end up working out. Blitz is also going for the Everfrost, as we've seen from Xiaoxi before. Look at that. Sparta took so much less damage. Doesn't have the Riftmaker yet. Doesn't have anything. He has a Leeching Leer and armor boots. And that's just not near enough to be a threat. Glory. Hook. Flash. Flash hook. The kick. He's going to get the Pop Blossom. And he's going to survive. Are you kidding me? Jimmian is just trying to survive mid-siege. On the other hand, is so much. And that's going to be 2 mid-turrets down. CFO can't get anything going. Meanwhile, Team Wales are winning every single fight they take, it seems. They're going to win every fight they take against the Gwen as they rotate their entire bot lane. BA, the W. But no one can hit her right now. Gwen is immune. Rest dances around and almost trades a kill. Jimmian looking for the hunt. Has ulti available? Can't really do much, and we'll just take over this top lane. It's now 4,000, nearly 5, but it's a few hundred away from 5,000 gold ahead. The bot lanes aren't really involved yet, is the good news for CFO, is that besides a 30 gold deficit, bot lanes aren't super involved. Xiaoxi notices BJ and doesn't want any of it and just leaves. It's really going to come down to team fights, which BJ and Sparta are going to be very well prepared for as they both have their mythics. Meanwhile, you see Artemis just a bit ahead in CS going towards this Infinity Edge. You see and on the other hand, you see Shun going for this Rage Blade. 2 very different build philosophies. One going full crit, one going for an attack speed heavy shred. Rest is just so behind. Sorry, Rest. 1,200 gold behind. It's not pretty at all. Gemini's up here. Doesn't bring any value. Or doesn't do anything up here besides land a Q and help Glory back up. The angle for CFO is really going to be try and get Gemini involved and get these ADC, get this bot lane involved. Xayah and Kaisa, well, Kaisa and Jimmian are real. Jimmian and Ari, damn it. Ari and Kaisa are going to really be the answer. That's going to be a silence onto the jar or onto the Xayah, but it's not going to mean anything. Xiaoxi's so low, a nice safeguard. He can't get away. BA has no escape here, but there's nothing left to do, and it's so much forced on the side of CFO. Rage, or Dragon's Rage out. Blitzcrank's ulti's almost already back up. That's going to be Spirit Rush out, which is really, really dangerous, actually. What the? I'm sorry. There's some absolute bass exploding outside my room, apparently. Outside right now, and I can really hear it through my headset. It's kind of impressive, honestly. But it looks like we will be going to game 3 unless something like drastically changes. Because right now, it's 3-0 in the Drakes, 3-0 in the turrets, 4,000 gold ahead. Especially on this, like, bot lanes ahead. Even though I do say they need to get Shun involved, they do. It's going to be really important that Shun gets involved here because he's going for Rageblade into LDR. And that's just going to matter a lot when it comes to fighting Sparta. Shun has that rank 2 ultimate, so that shield is going to be really nice to have. But Artemis is already level 12. Shun's just kind of been unable to farm as well as Artemis just because of the range difference, which is one of the downsides that comes with drafting Kai'Sa into the Xayah. It's also one of the risks you have to take, though, because it's still Kai'Sa. You don't play Kai'Sa for the early game, you play Kai'Sa for her late game potential in this situation. And now Rageblade is finished. The Navri Quick Blades finished, actually. I did not know that has the same build path. Xiaoxi, I don't know if Xiaoxi's been spotted. No, Xiaoxi not spotted out yet. Or spotted out yet. There we go. That's how words work. Gemini's just clearing out waves. Or Jimian's clearing out waves in the top lane. Gemini is the jungler. Xiaoxi, yeah, I don't think you hook that one. Xiaoxi choosing not to hook Sparta, which is a pretty solid idea, if I do say so myself. Glory knows Rest is recalling there and will cancel the back. And Rest might just have to answer here. Might just have to catch this wave out. Good unstoppable there. I think it's Pathmaker. Sparta calling for some help here against Jimian. Has the opportunity. Team Wales have shown to be very good against very strong opponents so far. And they've been putting it to mostly Sparta this game, which is different from the game they won against BDS. They won against BDS mostly through Artemis. Mostly through Artemis and Glory through games 2 and 3. BJ also had some hell of, like, some absolute games. They need to find a way to answer this because that's 4 here. And Rest is in bot lane. He's just going to siege this turret out for now. Rest not really in any position to fight. Neither are the rest of CFO. They're just going to ignore any chance to fight. They need to just start backing up. Xiaoxi all the way next to Gemini now. Power of the hooks. Or power of the blast cone. Xiaoxi's looking for Artemis there, and a nice block there by Sparta. The wave isn't going to hurt too bad on the turret, and Rest will trade the bot tier 2 or tier 1, but that's just not enough when you're trading a top tier 1 and a lot of positioning advantage. As Team Wales are just going to reset, and they're going to start setting up around this Baron, trying to get it for themselves, honestly, which is smart. They just want to get this Baron here. It's all that's going to matter to them at the moment. Really trying to figure out a condition for CFO that isn't just get Shun in the fight and shred somebody, because he really does need LDR before he can get into these fights effectively. He's not going to be able to get into these fights very effectively until he has... I'm slouching really badly, I'm sorry. But he's not going to be really able to get into these fights until he has the LDR just because of Cassante and Jarvan. That's really strong, honestly, with a lot of extra health he has to shred through with resistances he can't really stop them from having. It's just going to be a lot of catching waves. They might have to just give Soul. Maybe they can force a Baron. I mean, Soul isn't the greatest. Chemtech Soul isn't super great. It's going to help Artemis and Glory stay a lot slipper, like stay very slippery when they get low. But besides that, it's not too much. I do believe it's a bit of damage resist also. And that's just going to be ulti for ulti there. Going in, Shun in danger. BA, a nice ult with the quickness. Nice ult with the quickness. Nice quickness into Grand Entrance. And they're going to pick off Xiaoxi. And they're going to go for this Drake. They are going for the Drake. They are. Artemis, BA, and BJ's not. BJ staying up top lane. Sees Glory. And it's going to be Artemis soloing Dragon. Which, yeah. It does make sense, but... Rest. Nice dodge there. But that's into 4-0 Chemtech Soul. 24 minutes. Not the fastest we've seen. PSG did get a 20... Not PSG. I believe it was CFO. CFO got a 23-minute Soul. against Detonation Focus Me on day 2. Yesterday. Lol. Gemini spotting out no one on Baron. Finding out that they aren't on the Baron, at least, is always a good sign. I guess. Not really sure. Jimmy gets out, but this is what hurts. Xiaoxi can't really do much to stop that from happening. And he's just dead. And that's just how far ahead Team Wales are at this point. They're just able to curb stomp their opponents, no questions. They're able to just take full advantage and kill their opponents anytime they want. Shut up, phone. I don't care. Shut the fuck up. Oops. That's not supposed to happen. That wasn't... We weren't supposed to hear that. The angle here doesn't look to be very good for the Flying Oyster. I don't see an angle back into this game anymore, really. It's really going to be tough to find anything. And they're going to find a huge combo onto Rest, who's running for the hills. Flash! Nice stasis, but is it going to be enough for them to find any, like, reparation? No! B&J's going real low. That's going to be a nice kill onto from Gemini now, but Gemini's going real low himself. Everyone on CFO's alive. A nice hook onto Glory. The killer instinct, but the stasis out immediately from Glory, and it's going to be a trade back onto Xiaoxi, and even when Team Wales falter, they still trade even into the Flying Oyster, and Gemini is in so much danger. The Baron stomps on Gemini, and it's going to be a 2-4-1, and CFO are going to surrender the Baron here. That just has to hurt. But they don't even need B&J with them. They have everything they need on Wait, Kaisa doesn't get it. An impressive attempt, but not enough. And Team Wales will secure a Baron for all 5 of their members. And, I mean, there's no real end there. It's just a continuation. A nice flash W. That's going to get patched out. A good pull over the wall to get B&J out of the fight, but they can't lock him down. And Rest does run away. They trade B&J. But Gemini, actually, it was only a 1-for-1, which still isn't great. Glory gets hooked. That reaction speed, though, is so strong. Oh, yeah, there's the 2-for-1. I was wondering where I was like, there's a 2-for-1? When the heck did that happen? And yeah, it happened on the cleanup when Gemini was just kind of stuck, which kind of is cruddy. Glory's in danger. The killer instinct comes out, and it's going to be a nice trade onto Glory, but B&J just traps Shun and executes with the Cataclysm and the passive autos. Gemini's running into the enemy turret, and B&J with a double kill. And now Sparta's just walking forwards. A nice charm to stop Sparta from advancing, but is it going to even matter in the end? No, it will not. CFO are just in such bad situations right now. Bad situation. CFO are just such a bad spot. This could be the end of the game if they don't play this out properly. There's no angle. Shun is dead. Has Phantom Dancer. Doesn't go for the LGR just yet. Maw of Malmortius is out. Ari's going to be executing nobody. Gwen will be killing nobody. They're going to back, but this is not a good spot for Team Wales to be in. Just what is the answer? This is such a nice catch onto Glory, but Jimmy can't keep the damage going, and there's no flash for Shun available. And then when Gemini gets his chance to shine, he's so far out of position. He's just dead already. Starting the fight dead is not a good sign for your team. Whew. It's ugly. It's a pretty clean win, all things considered, for Team Wales so far. Sparta, whew, almost jumping right into a hook. They still have 16 seconds on this Baron, but I don't even think they're going to worry about the Baron. They're just going to worry about the end of the game. They're just able to hit this turret so hard. The last bits of the Baron are going to disappear, and it's going to... Yeah, this is going to be the end. Team Wales are just able to end off of this. A nice hook onto Sparta, but Chelsea takes half his health immediately, and it's going to be Artemis going on a killing spree. Rest in no position to survive a double kill now. A nice ulti for 3. It's the Cataclysm. It's 4 for Team Wales. They're gonna go in, try to get the 5th for the ace, but they don't need to. And we will go to a decisive Game 3 as Team Wales even the set out with a monstrous statement win. And, I mean, woof. I keep saying I mean woof, but CFO did not have a chance, didn't really show much there that they stood a chance at all. Like, I didn't see them put up a single fight. Team Wales were fighting the whole game and really got their advantages, and now they are on back where they're back in position for this one. Back in position. It's 1-1, and you want to know what happened the last time? I mean, both series so far, they've lost. They lost game 1, and they've gone on to tie the series. So, is this a sign of things to come? Are they just going to keep doing this? Because they can. They could really afford to just keep doing this over and over again. There's no possible chance. I mean, there's got to be a chance that it's going to bite them at some point. There's no way that it doesn't. Oof, there we go. Sorry, knuckle cracking is always nice, but this is definitely not sustainable. I'm going to put it lightly. This isn't sustainable at all. As fun as it is, and as awesome as it is, to have these exciting games keep happening, it's not close to something you want to have keep happening. Because it is really, really bad. It is absolutely terrible to keep doing this. Can't afford to go down in the series and be on the brink of elimination the whole time. But Team Wales have made it work for 2 sets in a row now. Will they make it a 4th consecutive win while facing elimination, or while facing series losses? 4 straight wins after trailing in the series. There we go. That's how it works. We'll be back for Game 3. And we're back for the final game of Day 3. Team Wales, CFO, Game 3. CFO dominate in Game 1, pretty much uncontested. Team Wales dominate Game 2, pretty much uncontested. So, we haven't really had a very solid competitive game for too long, really. So, this is to hoping not only to a competitive game, but that it's fun. LeBlanc still not coming through. Glory's LeBlanc still haunting CFO. Not even haunting CFO, but still scaring off CFO enough to get bans. Rests. Rumble. There it is. Maokai. Banned away. Just a very strong champion. Viego. Bean J. Like his signature champion. Banned away. The Cassante banned away. Played so beautifully against CFO that they don't even want a piece of it. And Sejuani banned away to complete the cycle of jungler bans, as usual. And to no one's surprise, it's going to be an instant ADC lock-in for both sides. They're going to switch ADCs as Team Wales had their hands on the Xayah last game. They will now have the Kai'Sa, Artemis's quadra-kill champion. And another quadra-kill came up earlier today for PSG Talon. And BA's champion of choice for this tournament, the Nautilus, will be not insta-lock. They're actually thinking about it, but maybe it's because they don't want to give over a different champion instead, but locking in that Nautilus for BA is just going to be huge. Had a disgusting Mad Life yesterday against Crowny, and it was awesome. Rest going back to the Renekton. Or no, Rest didn't go on to Renekton. Rest went on to... Rested Gnar and then rested Gwen. Gwen went terribly. Thank God they're not drafting that thing. I do believe if you're CFO, you go support here, not jungle. Or you go Rel. You could go Rel and get both simultaneously and scare your opponent's Jimmian. We'll be holding on to that Rel for the time being until CFO think of where they want to put it. Again, the stakes. Top seed in the qualifying match with side selection for game 1 and the weaker opponent, because technically it's really hard. B&J will be getting another game of the Jarvan. Scary in his hands as he dominated alongside Sparta last game. But back to the main, or to the other point before Jarvan got locked in. For Team Wales, this is a continuation of their resilience and surprise factor. They were really considered the X factor entering this game, or entering this tournament, and they've proven that being the X factor does matter. Taking a whole surprise set off of Team BDS and taking a surprise comeback series taking a second surprise comeback series against a stronger team could mean a ton. For CFO, it means avoiding the team that's been your kryptonite for most of the year and locking in not a dominating win, because this is not dominant at all. If they took it 2-0, it would have been a dominant run to the finals, but Team Wales will hand CFO their first loss of the tournament. The Poppy banned away. Eventually, Poppy uncontested last game. No one even considered it. No one even hovered the Poppy. It's a really weird situation Poppy's in right now. What is the last ban? Gemini just didn't do anything on the Lee Sin. I don't think either team is scared of the Lee Sin, and Talia will be banned away from Glory. The Champ Glory hasn't gotten to play yet. Doesn't really matter. Talia is very strong right now. And Glory will have the Orianna locked in. And this is going to be, I believe, double blind. Double counter, actually. The Azir, a very popular pick into the Orianna. Jimmian, going up against Orianna, does know the ins and outs of the matchup, of course. What is going to be the final pick for jungle or support, though? They're stalling for time, as you should with these. And it's going to be Vi. Oh! Kindred. Nope. We go all the way back. It will be Xiaoxi on the Rel, I believe, again. And it's going to be Gemini on Vi for the first time this tournament. Sparta. Is Sparta? I only know one person who's played Darius competitively this season, and it's not Sparta. The Fiora is another. Not a big fan. And Sparta will be taking Boris, Destroyer of Worlds, off the board. The Aatrox. Last pick into this Renekton will be fun to watch. And this is dangerous. Also, I didn't even mention this in the stakes. The stakes of losing this series is likely having a match against Team BDS, who are the strongest team, are widely considered the strongest team in this bracket. So, losing this means having to face a team that has a lot to lose from this. Or lose from getting eliminated. Team Wales, I've said it on different broadcasts, not about Team Wales, but I've said it on different broadcasts, it really does matter on how you handle your first loss, on how you handle losing games, because teams that lose games aren't better, but teams that lose games experience, especially in sets, are more experienced with handling the pressure of having to come back from that loss to win games and to win series, to rally back. You saw with DRX, that team went to Game 5 so often, had to come back from 2-1 down, 2-0 down so often that it just felt like they were intentionally losing games to get that, just that feeling. Worlds is coming. Worlds is here, Rito. And we're going into Game 3, the last one for one of these teams in the upper bracket. One of these two teams will go home, and the other one will likely have a match against BDS in 2 days. Nice. Sorry, Ranger stuff. Hockey things are happening. I can't really watch the game right now because I have stuff to do. It makes me sad. I'm gonna turn it on anyways. Oh, it didn't turn off. Hi. Okay, that works for me. Shouzy going in, and BA is just in a bad situation there. Sorry, I turned away for a little bit too long. I'm trying to turn something on at Artemis. That's going to be so much damage put out by Jimmy and early. I actually don't know. Can you see that? No, it's off screen. Good. But doesn't really matter in the end. No team's going to use their potions. And we have a freeze. Production freeze. Good job. A few of those oopsies today. The bot lane had to reset there, though. So that actually will be a massive potential advantage for CFO. Gonna drop a CS, but that's huge. They miss 2 minions of XP, which is enough to delay the level 2 by a bit. By enough minions to give CFO not even wave advantage, level 2 advantage. As they will get it off of this minion. They also have killed 2 minions. 3 now. And yep, there it is. That is the advantage that CFO have given themselves. I should say that as a PSG and PCS fan, I don't want CFO to lose this, but I don't really care. I'm just here to watch some good League of Legends. I have no stakes in this series outside of I like the PCS, and I don't want PSG to face CFO. But all that aside means nothing. Glory gonna crash, not even crash this wave, but gonna get this wave to the turret. BJ. Shield out. Shield out meaningless. Spots out Xiaoxi, though, with the standard. And does not. There's 3, though. This could be really bad for Glory if his flash isn't right. Nice flash. The Q, the crash down is still more than enough. First blood to Gemini. And CFO play the gank to perfection. Whew. Gets the flash out of Glory, and now it's going to be a TP out of Glory. He has to give up so much to still die, even in CS. But even in CS, but that gold over to Gemini is going to be a ton. Xiaoxi is playing a bit too aggressive here. Going to get the crash down over the wall, and we'll be safe as BJ is on the other side of the jungle. Does Xiaoxi think he has an angle here? Gonna cancel BJ's recall, which is actually pretty solid. It's gonna waste an extra 8 seconds and delay his walk back. Shouldn't result in too much in the end, since this is kind of already over. There's no real play to go for. This is an absolutely massive wave for Team Wales to crash, by the way. Rest. Sparta spots out BJ, though. Nice dance away from Rest. Doesn't want to use the E3 or E2 to save his Rage Bar. Fury. And BA's turn. It's BA's turn to get a good hook. Maximum range hook for the support of Team Wales. Trying to get the play back onto Jimmy and that they put onto him. A good slice away from by Rest to get all these dodges out of Sparta. Sparta can use Q3 now. It is rank 2. He has the rank 2 Q. He can use Q3, which is really nice because you don't usually get to use it. Can't use it early. It's the worst spell you can possibly use early. Chauncey rotating up now. Team Wales have a small level advantage. And by small level advantage, I mean on Glory. And doesn't do much. This is going to be a nice invade. I don't know why they're cutting away here. This could be a really useful, meaningful invade if... That's really good there. Just the stun first to ensure the crash down lands is really good. The play doesn't end up happening. But BJ could have been in grave danger if it did go through, so I do believe they should not have cut away at that moment. Now, what is BJ's play here? They don't know where BJ is. They know he's bot side, but they don't know if he's actually coming. And a nice stun there to survive the combo. Chauncey's going to get airborne, though. Rooted up by the Nautilus auto, and it's going to be a kill for BA onto Chauncey in a successful jungle play. And it's an 100 gold lead. It's dead even, basically. Is BA looking for something? No. No way. BA is able to tank most of that turret shot without any problem. Shooting, revving up with that lethal tempo. Sean's pretty even still. Besides an extra probably 100-something gold, pretty even. Jimmy able to rotate over to create that extra pressure. BJ is going to... I don't know actually how close they are to level 6. Zaya now has the Featherstorm available. Chauncey will hit level 5. Jimmy has the Shuffle available. There it is. Yep, off the Krugs, BJ will get to level 6. And off of the Raps, I believe it is. Or the Wolves. But this is a good play. I was finishing a thought. Nice double root there, but neither of them pushed far enough forward to be in turret range to be in any danger. I was going to say Gemini, off of this bot side clear, should... Or off of this blue side clear, should be able to get level 6 here and have that... It's not Assault and Battery. I don't know what it's called anymore. I really don't. I've always called it Assault and Battery. The Cease and Desist. It's not the same. Obviously, ulti's available for both solo lanes on both sides now. Sparta not going to really trade back onto him. Or onto Rest, even with the chains pulling back. BJ and Co are looking for this. Gemini knows that Team Wolves are... Or Team Wales. Damn it, that's the third time. Team Wales are looking to get this Rift Herald. BJ getting found out into the Cataclysm. A nice crash down onto BJ. A good shockwave to try and pull all of them back into the Cataclysm. Here comes the Killer Instinct. And it's going to be 1-for-1 so far. Gemini, the chains down the hook. It's going to be 2-for-1. Rest needs to heal really bad. A nice flash auto. The Divide going to push them away. And Shun wasn't really able to get in there. Glory was in there. BJ was in there. Sparta was in there. And that's going to matter. It's not going to be a Herald play, though. BA going to get a little bit poked down. Nice hook. Jimmy has flash available. Is it even going to matter? The Ignite down. And that he will survive. BJ taking a nice root to the face. This could be an angle for CFO to keep going. And not much flips there. It is a kill advantage now over to Team Wales. But otherwise, not much of anything to worry about for CFO. Ugh, sorry, I got something in my throat. In fact, they're still going to get this Herald. Okay, so let's break down this fight a bit easier. Xiaoxi and BA are getting engaged on, or Xiaoxi and BA engage on each other. This is a good shockwave and a good cease and desist. Jimmy's going to get his kill. But trading back onto Xiaoxi is going to be huge. This hook from BA, very nice. Shun was just kind of late there. Rest didn't really have anything left to do. Almost getting the kill onto Sparta, but Shun just doesn't have the damage yet to kill anyone. He only is starting his Kraken Slayer. He's just getting started on the Kraken Slayer. But Kai'Sa with 3 assists is going to be very strong. Because 3 assists is just about the value of a single kill, which is exactly what Team Whales want. There you go. Man, I'm messing up my words right now so badly. But Team Whales do want kills onto it, and it's technically a kill of gold or so. A little bit more. But you look at the damage. Shun was able to do damage, just wasn't able to do anything specifically in that fight to get anything going. Has been doing very well. Ooh, the Q's not going to land a good flash. But the Q predict really doesn't work out. This is going to be a Herald under turret, though. Xiaoxi still wasn't on vision, but they knew Xiaoxi didn't leave. And so it will be a good read there by Team Whales. Sparta trying not to get CC'd off the face of the earth by the Aatrox. It's a fight, and it will be another Herald over the wall here for CFO. Gemini. And I think it will be just a plating over to Gemini, who just had to kind of throw it out so he didn't lose the Herald and all of its value. It's going to at least be another full plating onto Shun, which is very valuable. They want this Xayah to get fed. They need this Xayah to catch up with Artemis's Kai'Sa, who just has a little bit of extra gold value. Rest dodging behind. Sparta not going to hit any of the sweet spots, and now the Dominus is out, and so is the Ascension. Or Demonic something. Demonic Ascension, I don't know. That's Swain's ultimate. But the thing is, for Rest, he could just wait this out because he doesn't really care about Dominus at all. He doesn't have a reason to really worry about losing his Dominus, but this engage the cease and desist onto Artemis now. The cleanse doesn't matter. Shun pulls the feather. The blade caller executes Artemis, and that's going to give the gold lead over to Shun in this bot lane. World Ender. Why do I not know that? I literally call him the Destroyer of Worlds. Shun's going to get another whole plating here. BA just can't answer it. Knows Gemini's here. Knows Xiaoxi is here now. And besides getting... Shun will be fine with just getting one plate and backing unless BA pushes. Which, if BA put... Yeah, there's 3 there, BA. You're not going in. BJ's here, though. This could be huge. Nice dodges from Xiaoxi. And no deaths just yet from the side of this, or in this specific stare down. It's not even a fight, really. Nothing happened. It's a stare down. What the heck am I looking at? Anyways, Xiaoxi is kind of trapped here because Shun is recalling, and he is not. BJ's going to not be able to steal anything away. Looks towards the Raptors and will steal those instead. Jimmian actually has vision of this. Jimmian actually gained vision of this play. BJ looking to get really aggressive here onto Jimmy for some reason. I don't know why Jimmian would... I don't know. I don't get that one. That, if Shun knows better, drop that plating. This is just great. Cease and desist right onto Gemini. He can't move. When he tries to run, cue him. Force out the cleanse too, because none of that was cleansable. Perfect. Incredibly well played by the side of the Flying Oyster. Rest just going to be able to slice and dice away using both. A nice sweet spot, but not going to hit anything else. Look at that lane economy. That one kill and those plates trade over so much. the CS lead, it all comes together to be 1,200 gold. And that's so much value. Onto this Xayah, because that's Kraken Slayer finished. That's going to probably just be another Navari rush. A Navari second, which is always great. Glory knows this play's happening and backs up. And this is what CFO wanted to do last game, but just really couldn't. They couldn't get Shun super ahead because Artemis was just doing so well everywhere. Team Wales were doing so well everywhere else, and Artemis was winning in that lane matchup too. Sorry, I keep looking over here. I have something on here. And the ward down again. Jimmy has the item finished. Not so much for Glory, who actually should have item finished on recall. It's mostly just spent gold difference, not an actual gold difference. But 1,400 gold is the current difference, and it's mostly in this bot lane now. I mean, actually, I think it's entirely in this bot lane. Both ADCs have Kraken Slayer finish. Now that's going to extend it a lot to 2,000 because first turret gold is a lot. It's basically a kill's worth of gold. BA's sad about the cannon, you can see. I also am sad about cannon when my teammates don't let me do anything. They're going to start pushing. They have advantage in this fight. They have Dominus, Cease and Desist, not Blade Callers, Featherstorm, and Magnet Storm. Sparta's going to teleport, or Glory and Sparta are both going to teleport in here. And there's going to be no Herald as Jimmy's here now, and it's an even 5v5. So what is the point of doing all this? Jumping in, they're going to hit some sweet spots on Rest, and that's going to be so much damage, but Xiaoxi's way out of position. Gemini trying to walk forward. The Featherstorm is going to hit no one because they don't have any Blade Callers. A good Shuriman shuffle. Gemini's in the backline chasing down Artemis. Jimmy needs to dance around. Double kill for Jimmy. BA's on the run. Do they have anything to chase? The hook is going to land, but it's not going to take it takes too long, and Gemini finds the 4th kill for the Flying Oyster there. And that's going to be a dragon instead. That's well played by CFO. Look at that. They lose Rest, they lose Shun and Xiaoxi early, and they still, with the power of Jimmy and Gemini zoning Artemis off so hard, find 4 kills. And suddenly the carry is switched over to Jimmy's shoulders instead of Shun's shoulders. That was a real rotation of carries real quick. Artemis is no kills, 6 assists. That's painful as the ADC. And Xiaoxi went down again. You just keep sacrificing long enough, you get stuff. Okay, let's break down this fight better. Sparta's zoning off Rest really well. Gemini's going to get a good CC chain. The smite comes down for Gemini. Or not from Gemini. And there's no capture because there's a runaway. Jimmy, nice shuffle, nice divide, and dashes all the way to the front of the turret. BJ has to... Is it going to happen? It barely is. He just walked a bit too far forward. Ooh. And they do shut down Jimmy, and they actually do a really good play there. Super well played. The slightest of misplays by Jimmy, and just walking a bit too far forward and allowing BJ to keep the Cataclysm up because he doesn't need a run. This is well played. Should have just pushed BJ into the turret, though. That hurts. Could have pushed BJ away, summoned a soldier, and dashed out, actually. And now Glory's way back in this game. There's still a 3,000-ish gold lead for the Flying Oyster, but Team Wales are finding solutions to get back into this game. They are finding answers. And that's kind of what matters here. That's what's going to matter the most for Team Wales right now, playing from behind. They just need to find these plays that get them small advantages all over again. Jarvan is going to be a very nice piece to have here, though. Just always able to go in and create something of chaos. And also trap people for a good shockwave, which is very nice to have. You just love having that shockwave available to really mix up the fight. And also kill your opponents. But you look at the total gold, and it's 2 players at the top. Look at the gold difference. 1,500 in favor of Shun. And he's going to be the carry that CFO are looking to. BJ trying to get the Cataclysm. Sparta gets the chains, and he just walks. He just walks away. Are you serious? Seriously, just walked. Didn't care. Jimmy's going to get some really good damage, actually. Onto Glory. And I don't think it's going to open up any angles or anything, but it is damage that Jimmy can take advantage of. Gemini is... Oh, no. They're going to do it to Glory now. Glory knows something's up. Glory... Does Glory know something's up? I think so. Glory's just going to back anyways. They don't know where Gemini is, but Glory will just take this recall regardless. Rest is trying to... Will not get the Scuttle Crab. Very well played on the side of Rest to stop any potential siege. Or to stop any potential thievery from Sparta. This turret's going to go down. It's going to be 3 turrets to nothing. And it's very tense. Both teams don't want to make a mistake here. Again, everybody wants to be the hero. No one wants to be the reason you lose. Especially the reason you lose a shot at avoiding elimination. What do you want, phone? Oh. What? Why is this message? Hold on. Transition. Whoa, crazy. Oh, I see. I see what this means. Whoops. Alright, hi. I actually left midstream to go do something, and that's why there's a really sharp cut. I explained it in the video, kind of, but otherwise, yeah, that's why this is in the video and not a continuation of Team Wales versus CTBC Flying Oyster. Enjoy, I guess. Alright, hi, this is the 3rd time I'm filming this stop because the stream moved to a video and restarted itself. So, it's been about 3-ish hours, almost 3 hours, since I paused this kimchicast in Game 3 because I had to go do stuff. So this is the 3rd try as I couldn't find where the video ended, but this is exactly where the video ended, okay? So we're like actually 3 seconds behind, but for you, this has been 0 minutes and 0 seconds, and there's definitely been some kind of interlude or me putting up a screen that says I went to do stuff, so this is recorded later, much, much later. So there it is. For me, it's 3 hours. For you guys, it's now. Okay, let's actually continue the cast, because I've tried to do this 3 times, and I've failed miserably all 3 times. Let's go. See the posturing available. Both teams are positioning to try and get this Mountain Drake. They want the Mountain Drake here. Chelsea and Bean J both spotted out. Gemini forward positioning here. Not going to take any... They're not going to get anything out of it. BJ getting the shield. A nice flash. Crash down Magnet Storm. It catches 3 members of Team Wales. Artemis goes all the way over the wall with the killer instinct. But Gemini's going to find BA. Glory's going to trade it back onto Gemini. It's a 1-for-1 so far. And Gemini flying into the back line to kill BA right there. That is very, very tough. And it's going to be a sole point on the side of CTBC Flying Oyster, as they're going to try and rush the Baron here. They don't know. They don't know that the Baron is being taken right now. So a very good teleport from Glory. They have no vision on the Baron. They're going to be able to sneak it. Artemis has the damage. Are you kidding me, CTV? Are you kidding me, Team Wales? And it's going to be 5 members wearing the purple. BJ absolutely whiffs the Q, but it's okay. There it is. They sneak the Baron away, and they find value in losing the soul point. Not the soul. Good flash, crash down, and magnet storm combo shreds so much damage off of BA. Shreds so much health off of BA. But Gemini tries to get Artemis, doesn't get him though. And Artemis is just able to walk away for pretty much free. Only the cost of an ultimate, and I believe a flash actually, so. That is going to be a lot of value for both sides. The third dragon, of course, always being of value to any team. And a Baron also being of value to any team. And we're still even in kills. We're about even in gold still. Gemini going to spot out the shadow of BJ there. As CTBC are looking to just defend on this Baron power play. I think Rest is clipping into minions, which is pretty cool. But for CTBC, the goal is just to wait out this Baron for the next minute and a half. Keep the Baron as far away from your turrets as you can and start setting up, positioning for picks, and then in 2 minutes start setting up for the Drake 4. Or for the 4th and final dragon for Soul. This teleport from Rest is very interesting here. Glory's gonna get caught out with the cease and desist. Nowhere to run. The shockwave's not available. Everyone's just gonna be able to free fire. The shockwave misses everyone anyways. And no, it's gonna go on to Shun. And Rest's teleport zones off BJ in the end. My headset's annoying me. You know that? Fun fact. Artemis will be able to siege, and so will Sparta. This will be 2 tier 1s falling on the side of CTBC, but that is a massive kill. Xiaoxi's just going to stall BJ out here, which would have allowed Shun to continue pushing, but it will not. Sparta delaying the wave as long as he can, and continues the push now. Knows Gemini is here, knows Gemini doesn't have ulti, forcing out the World Ender, though, and Gemini will be able to get something out of this in terms of trade value. Out of this Aatrox. I almost said Alistar. Why did I say Alistar? And it's only a 1k gold lead again. That Baron actually did come in clutch to help get 2 tier 1 turrets and 1,500 gold onto Team Wales to trade back to trade back onto the dragon again. But now they can't really do that over and over again. They need to fight for this Drake, which would allow CFO to potentially open up a Baron opportunity. We have level 16s coming out across the board now. Artemis not going to be the crucial one. The Navari Quick Blades now coming out on the side of Artemis. And the Runons is now here. This is going to be pure attack speed Kaisa. Sorry, what? I wasn't paying attention for a second. Artemis just trying. BA not giving that solo XP. But BA waiting for the wave to die, so he's not on vision until now. Glory, Sparta's already at level 17. Glory and Jimmy will be next to hit the level 16 power spike. And by that I mean 3rd tier ultimates. And that's going to be really, really valuable. It's going to be a lot more damage on the shockwave, a lot more shielding on the Killer Instinct. And, of course, shorter CDs around the board. Shun just got level 15. He's not going to have that shorter CD on the Feather Storm. Jimmy has reached, so that's going to be a lot of damage available on the Emperor's Divide now. CD on the Emperor's Divide, but that's not really what anyone cares about, as Team Wales have just been pushed into, and the crash down Magnet Storm in the river with the cease and desist. But CFO, 2 kills. Artemis and Glory find kills. BJ is going to be traded on by Rest Indominus, but the World Ender for Sparta so much. Featherstorm's going to find no one. Rest just is surviving with no health, basically. And Team Wales will get the dragon. How do they win this? I don't know. Sparta's recalling, though, to stop Siege, but I don't think he's going to be able to stop the Siege, the teleport out. Not going to happen. The canceled teleport is going to hurt, as Sparta can't get there in time. CFO will trade a tier 2 for the entire dragon. This is such a good play. The flash crash down Magnet Storm is so good, but Sparta and BA knock up both members in the front line, and Artemis and Glory knock them out. Rest barely survives, and Shun able to zone off the rest of Team Wales from re-engaging, and that's going to be huge for both sides. But most importantly, Team Wales get a lot of gold, and they get another dragon. Bring them one step closer to this Drake Soul of their own. And actually delaying Elder Dragon is probably the most important thing there, honestly. Oh my goodness. I don't know. CFO Jimmy's been doing so much. Sparta is an absolute menace. Artemis hasn't been doing that much in terms of damage. 1, and 8 on this Kaisa. But that LDR is going to be so good against this Rel, against the Vi, against the Renekton. This will be a big deal, honestly. But just that's if. It's all on CFO to really try and end this. It's going to be on them. Team Wales are in the or not even in the driver's seat, but they're in a position where they're winning fights despite being slightly behind, and they're positioning better and winning fights reactionarily and provoking them too. As we see the Abyssal Mass coming out of the Renekton, an interesting strategy here. BJ is pretty isolated. Shun just clearing waves out, no problem, but the Frozen Heart on the Jarvan is going to be very, very valuable. They do have to surrender this, so it will be, the impetus is on Team Wales to answer. CFO positioned perfectly to get control of this river for the Baron fight. Rest is hidden. They don't know where Rest is. He's hiding in entry brush, actually. Artemis is level 16 now. That's going to be big. Jimmy's looking for the play. BA, Flash Q is going to force out the Featherstorm. That's going to be huge. Gemini getting locked down. The CC, they don't know Rest is there, but they do now with the Dominus. They're going to immediately jump onto him, and he's just going to have to run away. A good combo. The Killer Instinct, the Qs, just leaving him alone. Goredrinker Qs from Aatrox are more than enough. Shousey with the damage goes gold. Sparta's going golden. Jimmyan with the shuffle. Is it going to survive? BJ is going insane. Gemini will trade back onto BJ. No, they won't. BJ lives. Are you kidding me? Survives the smite. This is crazy. They're just trying to cancel recalls. It's only going to be Xayah recalling. BJ still chasing Gemini to try and stall this out for as long as he can. This is an incredible stall job. He's finally... No, he's not going to die, but Vi has so much health, and now... Nice dodge. Smite. Auto. BJ is down. I'm sorry for how bad that cast was. A nice stun onto 3. Shousey goes down. Artemis... The flash away Shun is so low. Glory tanking turret shots. Glory finishes off the kill. It's a shutdown for the mid laner of Team Wales. And somehow they are ahead. 2,000 gold ahead. This fight was crazy. Look at this. BA forcing the flash out of both Jimmyan and the Featherstorm. And then Gemini, They know where Rest is. They see him over the wall, and they jump onto him. This fight went on for so long, technically. Rest, ult, Q, doesn't get the kill. The Q from Sparta does. Xiaoxi goes in. Sparta forced to go golden. BJ's 0 health. Sparta gets the kill there. BJ gets the kill. BJ's going crazy right now. And then BJ just stalls forever. They're going to get the Baron in real time, by the way. Xiaoxi goes down to Artemis. Artemis forced to flash. And it's another Baron for Team Wales, this time done right. Or not snuck. The Sun Disc coming out. This could... They find the hook onto Rest. Is it going to be enough to put Rest down? Renekton's going into Dominus. He needs to Q. He's going to slice a dice away. And now they jump the Magnet Storm, the divide onto 4. Jimmy finds one. Vi finds the other. It's all on Artemis. BA's going to find a kill. Sparta doesn't kill Xiaoxi. Rest gets the kill. It's all on Sparta. CFO. Fight back. And Sparta is going to be stopped on his recall. Gemini is going to stall him forever. Shun, Rest are trying to end. Oh my goodness. Can they end? It's just Sparta for now. BJ is coming up in 6, so I don't think so. The Drake is up. This could be the soul right now. Teleport in from Sparta. Full health. World Ender available. He has the Serelda's finished. Doesn't know where Rest is. Can be running for his life here. Forced to ulti, but the Cease and Desist is going to be able to reach him. Is he even going to be able to get a spell off? BJ going to get rooted. Shun is shut down with the Cataclysm. But Sparta's going low. BJ needs to run. Does not get out. Rest will secure the kill onto BJ. And now it's not going to be able to be a 50-50 on the side of Team Wales. They need to win this fight. They don't have Shun, though. Glory's going to start this. They have vision on it, so they know that Glory's not going to commit. The vision is gone, though. There's no way they end. Teleport coming in from Rest. Or from Jimmy. Yeah, that is Jimmy. Oh, no, that was Rest. And Rest gets shot down by Artemis. Jimmy, and the damage from Kaisa's too much. Glory gets the kill. BA shuts down Gemini. And they are running for the base. Team Wales may have just found a series of fights that wins them this set and sends them to the qualifiers for the Swiss stage. Shun and Xiaoxi stand brothers in the bot lane, need to be brothers in arms in the base. Sparta's just hitting the turret, he doesn't care. Xiaoxi can take so much, but Artemis is going to find the kill. Shun, it's just you for 20 whole seconds. Can you defend your base? BA's going to drop low. BA will go down. They're hitting the Nexus. I don't think Shun can stop them at all. And CFO are going to lower bracket. Team Wales overcome the odds. They are going to qualify for the qualifiers. Oh my goodness, how on earth do they do it? Team Wales overcome the odds. And somehow, the second seed from the doubted region of Vietnam are your 1 seed exiting bracket B. Oh my god. They have fought so hard. They fought so well for this moment. And now they are 3 wins away from the world's Swiss stage. Meanwhile, CFO have tough matches ahead of them. They need to go through Team BDS or DFM, likely BDS if it does go as planned. And then they'll need to go through PSG Talon no matter what. they need to go through PSG Talon, their rival, the team that has stopped them time and time again. And Team Wales, somehow, I still can't believe it, they fight, they claw their way back from 1-0 down 2 times. And they will win the Bracket B. They win Bracket B. I don't know how they do it. CFO got 3 games. They got to win 5 games. Wales got to win 3, and that's what matters the most. And who more than Artemis to get it all done? They're going to give it to Bean J. I'm giving it to Artemis. 2 insane games to survive this set. Oh my God. Anyways, that will do it for the kimchicast. Tomorrow, tune in to find out who will face CFO and who will face Loud, as in Bracket A, it is Gam versus Rainbow 7 to determine who will go to Losers Final. And then in Bracket B, it is DFM versus Team BDS to determine who faces CFO for the 2nd seed in Bracket B.